die. I didn't time you out myself, so I don't care that you got time.
Nah, I ain't even
It's all
worried.
right.
I ain't even worried about
Yeah,
that because somebody
yeah,
got in their feelings. I ain't worried about that.
yeah. Go ahead.
But anyway, my whole thing was I wasn't even most of my coming like the last time I talked to you and
Can
you
you
was
do
respond.
me a favor, bro? So just so the sound, you get in the spots where you sound good, and then you walk into a spot where you don't. So and then you got the sun behind you. So put the tree behind you so that the sun not in the camera for me, and also stand still when you get there, wherever you're gonna be at, or try to sit
I got
somewhere
you.
for me. Yeah, it's that way so the sound quality ain't all screwed up because I want people to hear what you guys say.
All right, you got me.
Yeah, but you got the sky behind you, right? So hold the phone where the sky is not. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, like put the building behind you, something like. There you go. Cool. All right.
All right,
I
but
get.
all I was trying to say was with the whole it's a lot of misconceptions going on, and then you attacking subjects, but the context of the subjects be wrong, and I be
Mm,
listening. That's why I be coming because I'm like, bro, he's saying stuff, but he adding things to it. He adding things to what
mm,
was originally being said,
mm,
along with a lot of people in the comments. They
mm.
added extra stuff onto what was
So
originally said.
give me one example so I can hear
Like
what
this,
you say.
like for one, the whole George Pickens thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, they want to trade George Pickens for Max Crosby." That was never what the original conversation was ever even about. People came in there and did their little twist and turn on everything and made it
Who
into what they wanted to make
who?
it about.
So who said that? They said that. Who said that?
The people in your comments,
They said that Lou and are you talking about who is they though? Lou and
they
Boss
they
said that.
they were saying Lou and Boss. They were saying me because you a Lou and Boss spy just because I be in everybody live talk.
Mm.
You anybody, it don't matter who it is.
Do you know where that narrative came from though? Did it come from
Yeah,
Lou and
I was
Boss?
in I was in I was in the chat with Boss when he brought it up.
No, it didn't come from Lou or Boss.
I was in the chat with Boss when Boss brought it up.
Yeah, but that didn't come from them. So when I refuted that, it got nothing to do with Lou and Boss. Now, if somebody said that to you, that's between you and them. That's not me saying something, adding something to it. I'm talking about the person who said it, the quote itself, where it started. And I'm not gonna say
Well,
their name because
I'm I'm
they
I'm
cool
in
too.
the
I got beef with them
comments.
either. But it
I'm in the
didn't come from Lou or
comments.
Boss at all. That
I'm in the
came from
comments,
the
and I'm
actual Dallas
listening.
Cowboys radio. That didn't come from Lou or Boss.
No, when Brian brought us like the first person to say something about this, something like that.
Okay, and so what did I say? I would never trade George Pickens
I'm
for
not
Max
mad at that.
Crosby.
That's not that you said give you an example of what
You said
what
I
I was saying
added
that
something
had a
to it.
twist to it.
What did
Yeah,
I add a twist to?
because you were saying why would they why would I trade GP in a first when that wasn't even the whole thing was about GP not getting a contract. That's what it originated from. Not
Mhm.
getting a contract and how we rather have a player that we could control for 2 or 3 years instead of having a player that we could only get for the 1 year. You know what I'm saying? That's where the whole
Mhm.
conversation came from. But like I said, people took it and put their whole twist and turn on it and just made it to they want to trade GP for Max Crosby.
No,
They
no,
want
no, no.
Max so
Well,
bad. They
so
want
here's
Max so bad. Like, bro, stop. You can't add sugar on top of it and
no,
then
that's
tell me
not.
I baked it.
So what you can't do though, right? And this respectfully, you can't project because you're projecting what everybody who you argue with saying to you onto me.
That's what I'm responding to in the comments.
You
No,
can't respond to everybody
you
through me.
you be responding to me about stuff that I be saying to other people in the
But
comments.
when I catch that, I catch that sometimes, right?
Sometimes exactly,
When I
sometimes
catch it,
not
what I
all the
say to
time.
you? When I catch it, what do I say to you though?
Yeah, like I said last
No,
time we
I'm
went
asking. No,
live.
no, 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 no. I ask you, would I catch it? When I catch that, I'm
No, first you
responding to you
usually
talking about
respond first. You usually respond first,
exactly,
and
and
then
then
you read another comment and you catch on from me saying, "Bro, I wasn't even talking to you." Then you go back and look at the
I go
previous
read who
comments
you
and
added.
say, "My bad." Yeah, I don't at nobody because there already be a
So
conversation
if I
going.
take accountability for the ones that the one time anyway, or a couple, maybe two times I've seen you arguing,
It's been a
and you
few times you done made comments
well when
towards
you
me
fill up when
about
you
comments to other people that I made to other people.
if you
It's been
will,
a few times.
if you will, when you fill up my comments, that's gonna happen. When you fill up
Am
my
I not
chat,
supposed to engage?
you engage, but
I'm a
you fill up my
consumer of the
chat.
product. Am I not supposed
No,
to
no, you
engage?
but you're not the product.
I said a
How,
consumer of the product.
you're not listening. You're not listening. Listen to understand instead of listen to respond.
Nah, I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to say I'm taking over the show, but all I do is
You
comment like
do.
everybody
If I'm
else.
talking, I'll talk about one player. You bring up a player that I'm not. Again, this is how we even got on the Max Crosby. I'll be talking about a player. You'll be bringing the Max Crosby argument all in
Bro,
my
the art
chat
does
all day
comment
long.
already. It already be in the chat, bro. You try to blame that
All
on
the
me? It
I'm not
already be in the
see
chat.
again, you're
You just
defending
did.
yourself.
You
You're
just blame.
defending yourself. You're
But
defending
everybody
yourself.
listening just heard you blame that on me,
I said this is what you do. Do you not? Do you not do it?
bruh.
Do
Bruh,
you not
I
do it?
literally just sat here and said the comments already be
Now we
having these
arguing.
conversations,
This is
bro.
not a back and forth, bro. We just go. I own what I do.
But you're
Own
not.
what you
But
do.
I'm gonna own what I do. But you're not gonna
So
say and tell me I'm doing something that I'm not doing.
what? Okay, see, this is what we call shifty behavior. This is why I be calling y'all shifty. Stand on
Shifty,
what you. Because
bro.
if you do something,
What part of the comments are already having this conversation are you not understanding, bro?
see, here we go. Now I just
I'm
don't
lost, bro.
understand.
Like what,
Listen,
you
listen to
telling me
what
to
I'm saying.
comprehend?
I'm not even telling you can't comprehend. I'm saying you're trying not to. That's why I call it shifty. When you purposely don't comprehend what I'm saying, that's shifty behavior. When you
Yeah,
can't
okay, bro.
comprehend it, that is you purposely not listening to what I'm saying. Because when did I say that you're the only one that talk about Max Crosby in my comments? When did I say that?
You never you literally
Did I
sat here
say
just
that?
a second ago. You can look back on your street. Your
I
audience
never
is watching,
said
bro.
you.
You
I said
said you
you
come in my
flood.
comments and
I
you
said you
start.
flood my comments. I didn't say you start the conversation. I said you'll take the conversation to a conversation I'm not having, and then flood my comments. So when I go back to read my comments, right, all I see is them responding and
Hold
arguing with
on.
you, and I
Stop right
can't
there for
get.
just a
Hold
second,
on a
please, bro.
second.
Just a
Hold on a
second, please,
second. I
bro.
got you. I'm
I
gonna
just
let you
want you to
speak.
repeat that first
I'm.
part of what you just said again. That's all I want. I just want you to repeat that first part of what you just said again, word for word.
I said you will flood my comments, and then when I go to start reading my comments, all I see is the people responding to you. What
You
else you want me
skipped
to say?
over. You skipped
What
over the part where you
what
said
part?
you'll come in here and change the conversation. You skipped over that part.
Exactly.
You said that the
That's
first time. You didn't
I
say it
did
the
say that.
second
I
time.
didn't remember that.
But
I did
I
say
don't
that.
come in there and change the conversation, bro. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I come in there and I
When I
read
say
comments and
I
I
say
respond to
so
comments that's
okay.
already there.
All right. All right. I heard you. Now respectfully, let me put you on mute real quick so I can say this. I'm not muting you to block you. I just need to be able to say this. When I say you change the conversation, that doesn't mean you started the conversation. It means you flood the timeline with the conversation that I'm not having because everybody and you are arguing about it, right? So my clients and my members who pay me to do this, right? I can't see their questions because you're flooding my timeline. And that's why my moderators will sometimes time you out. It's not personal. This is what we doing here. There's people who pay me to do what I'm doing, right? So I gotta respect them. So if they're saying something and I can't get to what they're saying, and then they calling me like, "Yo, I asked 3 questions. You ain't even answer my question. I did two super chats. You ain't even get to me. Why did I not get to it? Because I have to sift through your arguments to see that. You get what I'm saying? So when I say you change the conversation, it doesn't mean you are the patient zero for the conversation. It means once you get in there, and I will tell you, bro, I'm respectful. You probably got a future in some sort of content because you don't never stop. You don't got no off button. I respect that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I'm not a person that care when people disrespect me or disagree with me because I know what I do. And nobody does anything online that hurts my feelings. This is online, right? And I know the man that I am. So I respect everybody and everybody respect me. If you disrespect me, I'm just giving you back what you're gonna give me. You personally, we've had exchanges where I thought you was on a different frequency, right? And then I was like, oh no, I understand where you're coming from. So we got cool. So I said, all right, cool. I understand where you're coming. You don't gotta agree with everything I'm saying. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. Now, when I said what I said on about the what you say in the other chats, the reason I said that about you is because like you don't show me nothing but respect when you're here. I never felt like nothing was personal. You know what I mean? We go back to each other, we talking shit, but it's not personal. But you don't show me nothing but respect. When you got on the other pages, like you talking like I'm shifty. You like, oh, now we're using mental health to strengthen our argument. I'm like, that's the point I'm making. If y'all last year, I wasn't using mental health to strengthen the argument. I watched it. Y'all notice. Pay attention. See, I'm glad you're here. Pay attention because everything I say with purpose. Last year, when Marshawn Nealon died, look for it. When Marshawn Nealon died, I ain't make one fucking video about Marshawn Nealon. Not yet, ever. Not a tribute video, not a highlight video, nothing. Why? I wasn't family and I respect his family's grieving period. And I'm not going to pretend like, everything is hunky dory and nobody ever said, I never said nothing negative about him. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to use that moment to try to get any shine. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about it. If somebody say something, I say rest in peace. That's it. But I got folks that passed away. So I don't bring him up. But what I did watch was everybody in this space crying, talking about mental health. the whole week, whole month. So when I bring up mental health, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about everybody will cry and give you this song and dance if and when somebody crack because of the shit that they do. Is that not a fact? I don't, because I'm the same either way. If I'm gonna talk about you, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna act like we was buddies. If something happened to you, if it whatever, it is what it is. I'm not telling people how to move either. I ain't say nothing about him. No video to this date. So you can't say I use mental health to push my argument. That's what they was doing. And that's why I brought it up. Because don't, that's shifty behavior. Don't be like, oh, 94 hashtag. But the whole time, all we do is shit on our own players all day long. But then talk about the mental aspect of this game. Marion Barber running around with a pistol running in the cars doing shit he was doing. And he passed away. People act, seriously. That's what he was doing. He ran and he hit a car with his shoulder, dented the car up. You know what I'm saying? Went to church with his pistol, all that. So he was having mental issues too. How much of a blip did that make? You know what I'm saying? It don't make no. So I don't pretend one way or the other. That's the tragedy of football, but that is what it is. But I'll go ahead and unmute you now. But that's to address that point that you made on the other page. Like, that's why I said, oh, damn, bro, that ain't me. That ain't me you talking about, because you check my record. But go ahead.
Nah, see, my whole thing, especially the shifty, you shifty.
Shifty just mean you switch your shit up.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but let me
Don't
explain why.
up.
When you went to the other page, you see my energy. My energy was based off the energy that I got from your X account, right?
I don't know what your energy came from, because I don't know what you got.
My shiftiness came from your shiftiness on X.
What did I shift on X?
When I commented on the thing that you and everybody was going back and forth on X, and then your whole little fan base or whatever started commenting on my shit or whatever. It was a lot of nothing. It was a lot of nothingness,
though. But you seen what I said to you.
Yeah, you was like, see a Cowboy fan who changed it on his own team. I never said one thing bad about a teammate.
Okay, yeah, because
I never said. See, that's why I said in the comments, I was like, he be taking stuff and he be putting it in our mouths and saying that we said it, and we never even said it, because I never said one thing bad about a teammate on this team. I never once said one thing bad about you. Said you commented on X. You reposted my comment on your thing.
You said Super Gary gonna do it, right?
I said Max called me. Max called me and told me to tell you that Super Gary will do it. That's what I said. Super Gary will do it. Because y'all hyping this man beyond.
I'm hyping Rashawn Gary up,
bro. Beyond, bro. You want me to tell you how? I know? Because when you broke down Max, every bad play Max had you highlighted, but you didn't highlight nothing else nobody around him was doing on those plays. But on Gary bad plays, hold on, let me finish my point real quick. Like, I let you finish your point real quick. On Gary bad plays, I watched it through. This is how I know I be watching your tapes. Because on Gary bad plays, you made sure you highlighted everything else that was going on around him on those plays. You know what I'm saying? On Max plays, you didn't even get that a thought, bro. You just highlighted, oh, Max missed the tackle here, and then went on to the next play. You know what I'm saying? Max did this.
So can you hear me now?
I hear you real good.
Okay. Did you listen to that whole video?
Yes, I was there. You don't remember?
Okay, I was being sarcastic.
I know you was being sarcastic. I know, but you still didn't have the dignity to go through and get that man his proper due like you did Rashawn Gary.
No, I did though. You didn't watch. You must not.
I did watch. You didn't finish. You broke down one game. You showed that one, and it was a bad game at that. And we acting like the Raiders. We acting like the Raiders is a good team anyway.
No, brother. See, again, excuses fly out your mouth for a Raider. This my problem with y'all.
Excuses.
Hold on. This is my problem with y'all. Hold on. I muted you. You can stop 1 second. All right, I'm gonna let you finish this last joint.
What you got to say? Look, that's my whole strife with this whole conversation is how you try to downplay defensive end. That's why I really want to get into with you. That's what I want to get into with you. It ain't got nothing to do with Pickens or Max Crosby. It's the whole defensive end ain't as important as people try to make it seem like it is.
Repeat it.
That's what I'm repeating. You don't hear me?
Downplayed it who?
You said defensive end is not as important as people make it seem like it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
You said defensive tackle was much more important to a team than the defensive end was. That's what you
talking about context, right? Because I remember saying that. What was I referencing when I say that?
You was referencing the fact that we didn't need another all-pro sack guy on the team. Lies. That's what you was trying to say.
Lies.
What was you referencing?
Okay,
that's what I recall the whole conversation.
Lies. I was referencing the last 10 Super Bowl winning teams for the last 10 years. None of them had a premier defensive end. So how the hell, if we need one to win a Super Bowl, how they ain't need one then? That's what I said. So I said, obviously we had one of the best defensive ends in the game in Micah Parsons for years, right? 5, 4, however many, right? Did we win a Super Bowl or get even close to getting one? I said, okay, so obviously this was me having an epiphany. Obviously, that must not be the way to go if everybody who winning them is winning them from the interior, and we now are invested in the interior. Don't that make sense to you? So if it was important, wouldn't KC have a defensive end that's premier? They won 2 out of 3 Super Bowls in the last 10 years. The Eagles, wouldn't they have a defensive end that's premier? They don't. They invested in 2 defensive tackles in Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Okay, where is Seattle's money allocated? Leonard Williams, and then they just had a rookie in Byron Murphy that's balling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the teams that's winning. Where else do they invest? Middle linebacker, safety. You know what I'm saying? Teams have those 3 levels in check down the middle of their defense. So when you say I downplay defensive ends like they ain't that important, I'm saying that in context. So hold on. Because you said a lot. So I'm trying to address what you said. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna hear what you're saying because you're saying a lot. Go ahead.
I heard you make that point 1,000 times. That's the main reason why I wanted to call in and talk.
What's wrong with the point?
Because you keep trying to say, oh, what defensive end led a team to a Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah.
Close your sunroof. We can see the sun.
That's the back of my damn.
Oh, all right. Boom. Got you.
You keep trying to downplay defensive end, like what defensive end, all pro or big time defensive end that won the Super Bowl. What defensive end have been on a team capable of winning the Super Bowl? Which one? All of them go to bad teams. They all get drafted first, second, third in the draft and go to bad teams.
Hold on. Can a defensive that you making my point, right? But you don't realize it. But you're making my point. You said they're all on bad teams, right? Aren't they the leaders of those teams? Do those teams be getting top draft picks every year? The Browns and Myles Garrett, did they use a lot of first round talent and top talent in the draft and trades and free agents on defenders to go around these guys? Have they done that? Yeah, some of them. Okay, and then also the Raiders as well. They had first round draft picks galore. They've been having first round. They just bad at picking first rounders, I guess, ain't they? But that ain't my problem. But at the end of the day, if a defensive end could change your team, they would have changed the ones they was the fuck on, wouldn't they? Not one player. See, there you go. I didn't say that. I said they would have changed the teams that they was on. They would have had a hell of an impact. If your money allocated at defensive end mainly, right, and you build them from the outside in, obviously there's no success pattern for that because the teams that have a lot of money, look at the highest paid defensive ends. Other than Will Anderson, what's their playoff record? I'm asking you.
What team they on?
Huh?
What team they on? What they team doing? One player don't win games. You know that, Akoye. Stop it, bro. One player do not win games. This ain't basketball. This is not basketball, bro. Parsons wasn't winning no games by himself.
Parsons was on the Cowboys.
And the Cowboys been sorry for 30 years.
Okay. So was Parsons on sorry teams?
So let's be for real. All the best defensive ends been on teams that's been sorry for multiple years. I am making points. I'm making great points.
You just yelling.
No, I'm not. I'm making great football points.
I'm asking you a question to your point.
And I'm answering your question, bro. All the defensive ends that are considered great are on bad teams, are they not?
They're on the team.
But they're one player a part of a team. You keep trying to say what have the team done? You keep trying to say what have the team. In your opinion,
Max Crosby on the team and everybody else ain't worth shit because they all bad. Quentin Williams, when he was on the Jets, everybody else wasn't worth shit. Parsons was on the Cowboys. Everybody else wasn't worth shit. It was Parsons and 10 other guys running around holding the Johnson, right? That's what they was doing. That's what happened, right? Okay. So that don't make sense to me. Now, to me, if you look at it, if you are on a team and the team is building around you and the team doesn't improve for however much time, then that tells me that ain't the way to do it. And if for 10 years we haven't seen dominance from the defensive end position, not no teams got none. Now, if somebody said Bosa, that was it. Bosa went to a Super Bowl. Bosa was on a team too. Bosa went to a Super Bowl. I'll give you Bosa. I'll give you Von Miller. Winning Super Bowls last 10 years. Bosa ain't even win one, but he win the one. So I'll give him that. Okay, Micah was on some good teams. So to say that D Law ain't shit, D Law got a ring. D Law wasn't shit. Oh, we had a year where we had D Law, Armstrong, Fowler, Hankins, Osa. Oh, all ain't shit now. That year you was hyped, I guarantee you. Sam Williams, Chauncey Ghost, all on the same team. All on the same team. And they was all trash, right? And Marcus Parsons, they was just holding his jockstrap. That's what you saying? They was ass?
Yeah, I'm still muted. Bro, you really did not make any points, bro. I sat here and listened to all that. You ain't
I'm
gotta mute
ass.
me. I'll be quiet when you talk. You ain't gotta mute
So
me, bro.
was those
But
teams all ass that Michael Parsons was on? Is what I asked you.
in certain places, yes, they was. I ain't seen a complete roster out of Dallas in the 30 years. I ain't seen one roster, maybe 2016, but they still needed corners. And the pass rush wasn't even that great then. If it was, then Aaron
I,
Rodgers
I,
wouldn't have got to throw the Hail Mary pass the whole ball on the sideline.
can I stop you for a second? Can I stop you for a second?
I told you
Can I
respectfully, when
speak?
you talk, I'll be quiet, bro. You ain't got to mute
Thank
me.
you,
I
brother.
got you.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna give you respect. You're improving my point. You
I'm
said we
sitting in
haven't
a
had a.
hot car.
You
I
said
came on here with no haircut for you, bro.
I got a whole sauna suit on, bro. Like top down, hot. So we in the
Hey,
same
we
boat.
we in it
I
together.
don't
We
ask
in it
nobody
together.
to do nothing I ain't willing to do myself.
Say no
So
more,
don't
bro.
worry
Say no
about it.
more.
So at the end of the day, right? When I look at those teams, and I understand your passion, I respect it. You said we haven't had a complete team in 30 years. I say the same until this year. You know why? Because we finally started addressing the positions that we've been ignoring for the last 30 years. Jerry and them won't invest in safety. This motherfucking fly. Jerry and them won't invest in, they wouldn't invest in safety to save their life. They wouldn't
Agreed.
invest it. They was going. We had LV at middle linebacker as our top pick one year. We had
Agreed.
we had Jalen Smith one year as our top pick at
Agreed.
linebacker.
Couldn't stay
And
healthy. Couldn't stay healthy.
we kept doing that. We had Sean Lee for years before that. You
Couldn't
know what I'm
stay
saying?
healthy.
We had Antoine Woods moonlighting as our one tech one year, a couple years, like he was somebody.
Had
We
no
had
business in
we
there
had we had
starting.
we had Tyrone Crawford for 9 years in our interior. You understand
Solid,
what I'm
but
whole right. So having all that loaded up against you in the last 30 years, those teams wasn't shit, no matter what our edges were. Now we built from the inside out. I said this is the first time in 30 years I feel like we putting
I,
the
I,
team
I
together.
support that part. I don't disagree with you.
So how
Like
am
I
I
said,
talking crazy then?
it's not everything that I disagree with you on. It's not every. I agree we needed a D tackle. I agree with that. I was part of the push when Boston Lou and all them started to push for the shoes, call it D tackle shoes, saying basically like an outfit, you gotta have them. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I was a part of that push. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I agree with you with the D tackle. My whole thing is I still don't think this team. I'm hoping that it, yeah, hope. They're gonna word. I'm hoping that it's, you know what I'm saying, ready, but I'm not serious. You say
Where you
the
from?
you say I'm in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, you sound like you
I've
from
been
up
here my
here
whole
though.
life.
You
I've
sound
been
like
here
you
my
from
whole
up
life.
here. He said the
Now
way you
I
said y'all
talk to
stand. I said where boy from?
I talk to a lot of my pops live in
Uh
Philly.
oh, all
You know what
right.
I'm
That's
saying?
what
Yeah,
it
so
is. Yeah, that's
yeah,
why
I
I
got
was
a
about to
lot. I
say
got
you
a lot
said.
of that.
Yeah, I
It
was about to
rub
say you
off. Yeah,
sound
I
like you
say
from
it
up
rub
here. I
off.
said where
Yeah, my
boy from?
pop, he was in Jersey and he be in Philly,
That's
so it
what it
rubbed off
is. I
on me a
was
little bit.
because I could hear it. I said where
Yeah,
you don't sound like no
but
country boy. Go ahead.
I agree with you on certain standing. I'm not Malik Hooker. I'm out on. You can have all the trust in the world you want to have in
It's
him.
not
I liked
trust.
him.
See
I liked
again,
him
y'all
when he
need
was with the Colts.
don't
I
put
wasn't at the
words on
Colts
me.
he played
Don't put
with
words
before.
on me. Listen, when I speak on Hooker, I'm asking you, right? Out of other NFL rosters, would you say Hooker is more accomplished and more able than everyone else's fourth safety?
But I think he might be our starting safety since Caleb Downs gonna be playing damn nickel. We're gonna be in the nickel 70%
He
of the
playing
time.
nickel in nickel four
And
with
PJ
five.
Locke already can't stay on the field.
Okay, so again though, would he be better than most safeties, most teams' fourth
In
safety? No,
my opinion, no.
Hooker is not
Will
better
be.
than most teams' fourth depth safety.
Oh, fourth, yeah, the fourth safety, the fourth safety, the
Where do
fourth,
you
yeah.
rank him?
I thought you meant as a starting safety. Like I
Where do
said,
you
I
rank
feel like he might be starting for us.
Where do you rank him on this team? It's a lot of safeties that's worst fourth safety that might be starting because someone in front of them get hurt. So, but on this team, where do you rank him? Is he
I
better than
mean,
Caleb Downs?
like I said, Caleb Downs is not a real safety. We're gonna be in nickel 70% of the time, and you know this.
In our base formation, is he a safety?
but we not gonna be in base that much though.
When we run 3-4, we in base, and when we in nickel,
I
he's a
get
he.
you.
So
You
so so
obviously
so
I'm
when
understanding what I'm saying. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay. So when that happens and he's in nickel, you got PJ Locke and you got Jalen
No,
Thompson.
you gonna have man. This the Dallas Cowboys. You gonna have Malik Hooker and Jalen Thompson back there, and we know it. Let's
But
not act like we don't know that.
even if you have Malik Hooker back there, last year was Malik
He got
Hooker's
torched just like the rest of them. He was back there getting
okay.
torched with the rest of them.
Right. So if he getting torched and the whole team is getting torched because no one in the secondary know what the hell they doing. I'm not faulting
No.
Hooker. I don't fault
Oh,
Hooker for
I
last
blame the
season.
coach too. I get where you're going. I
I don't
blame the
got
coach
no
too.
problem with nobody from last season because
I
none of
get
them
where
was
you're
doing this
going.
shit.
I
So
I pretty much gave him a free pass, but
there
with an
you go.
asterisk. You get a free pass
Okay.
from me, but with
Okay.
an asterisk.
So
And what the
so when
asterisk
you
for?
so
Because
when
you
you go
still had to get out there in that field and play. That's
back
your
to the
play
year
on that tape.
prior,
The
when
coach
you go
ain't
back
on the
to the
field. That's your
when you
play
go
on
back
that
to the
tape.
year prior, Hooker was solid and Wilson was a problem the year before and has been a
Wilson been
problem.
a problem. Wilson should have been off this team a long time ago.
Agreed. So when you look at that, Hooker wasn't a problem in 2024
But
under Zimmer.
back to wait to jump back to Wilson's point. We've been having players like Wilson on this team for about 30 years now. We keep hanging on to these dudes that we know ain't really helping the team.
Who's this?
There's plenty
LV.
of them. You can go down the list for years and years and years. There's
But
plenty of them.
see again,
It's
this
so,
is why we
it's so
got
many
problems,
of
bro.
them. It's so many of them, bro.
I'm going to jump in with in a second because I want to hit more points from you too. But I want to jump in and get other people in this conversation because we've been on for 2 hours. But
Yeah, I
I've
got
been
you.
on for
I
more.
got you.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? This is the problem I got with what you're saying. Yes, for 30 years we've been having those problems. Yes, for 30 years we've been investing in players and holding on to players who don't mean shit. We ain't doing that this year. We done got rid of almost everybody who started last year.
So. I agree with
That's why I
that.
said
So.
it's
We
never
hold on to
good
Malik
enough.
Hook ass though
It's
for some
never good
reason.
enough if you don't want it to be good enough, right? Like,
Nah, man,
but we
it's not that
complain
I
to.
don't want it. It's
I'm
not
just
that
saying
I
we
don't want it. It's that
complain
they
to
don't want it.
Jerry since the Pickens trade, bruh. Jerry and them been on fire with acquisitions, man. We ain't never seen this, so how can you say that it ain't shit when he never did this before? I want to see what it looked like now that he's done it. Last time he did it was the 90s and we won a Super Bowl. But he hasn't ever done full scale overhauls because he was putting brand, meaning the players we like as fans, the people we buying jerseys, we rooting for. Sean Lee sold a lot of jerseys. LV sold a lot of jerseys, but he would keep those players. You know what I'm saying? And sign those players. Anybody that was homegrown, willing to give him take a
Like the
homegrown
Marvin
deal.
Overshown right now. Like the Marvin Overshown right now.
But
Probably
what we
finna get
did,
a contract knowing he shouldn't.
but the difference is this. You know what the difference is? Before, when we have a player that was oft injured, like a Overshawn, like a LVE, number one, they wasn't trying to push LVE off the boat as fast. But number two, we wasn't drafting middle linebackers right behind them to take his place. We drafted Barham knowing that Demo going into a contract year. So they pushing Demo to either sink or swim. That's up to him to do it on the field. Now, I'm going to ask you this, though, because y'all say Demo, every time somebody say his name, y'all say it with a little bit of, Well, y'all say,
he can't stay on the field.
When y'all say Sean Lee name, y'all don't say that.
I do. Best ability is availability. That's for anybody.
Like,
that's why when they was in the comments saying they'll take Maris over Demo, I agree. Because your best ability is availability.
Exactly. But I judge you by what you have done when healthy on the field. That's what I judge you off of. I don't judge you off of your injury.
I can't look. I would agree with you if he was only missing 2 or 3 games here or there. I would agree with you. But since he's missing whole seasons, but I can't agree with that, bro.
He missed one whole season and then he missed half a season, right? But when I ask you this, right? Michael Parsons missed like 4 or 5 games one time with a high ankle sprain 1 year under Zimmer in 2024, and then in 2025 he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And then this year coming in.
I'm not mad at Michael being gone though.
This year coming in, he gonna miss half of this season. So out of the last 3 seasons,
he tore his ACL.
Out of the last 3 seasons, ain't Michael
he
Parsons
only played 1.
Okay. So why would
I'm not mad at Michael being gone though.
But why with him do they not talk like he's injury prone? But with Demo, he had the same thing happen to him.
Well,
they talk like he just ain't shit.
For one, he didn't suffer the ACL under us. He suffered it under Green Bay, so we not having to live through that.
When Demo played, right, the first time he played under Zim, Demo balled out, right? Last year when he played average, but everybody was average last year, so I don't really care what he did last year. All I'm judging off of.
Hold up. When you said when he played, it took him a minute to come play, didn't it?
Last year.
Nah, before he played under Zim.
Yeah, he
One,
was
he
injured
out
the
the
year before
season.
that.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
injured the year before that, right? Then he
yeah.
came, he played. He didn't even make it through that whole season. He made it to the end of that season and went down again, right?
He made
That's
it through
that's why
preseason.
people feel.
Yeah,
That's why people
yeah,
feel how they feel about him right now.
right. Because he rushed back to try to get on the field because y'all feel that
But
way
and
about him.
that's a Dallas thing. I hate that with Dallas,
And
bro.
when
I
players
hate
do
that with
that,
Dallas, bro.
y'all
I
shit on
hate
him. But if
that.
they
We
stayed
too
out,
cheap. We too cheap to go get a backup that can play until the
yeah.
player get back.
When y'all do that though, it's like, okay, either I'll be a warrior and I'm gonna try to fight through it, and y'all gonna do what y'all did to Dez,
I'm not
or
one of those, bro. I'm not
I
one of
don't.
those.
I'm just saying that's what happened to him.
Yeah,
If
the
I
fan
don't,
base. That's how the fan
okay.
base is.
So then if I don't fight through it, I just ain't that serious about ball and I ain't dedicated
Yeah,
and then
yeah. I
still
get
get
where
rid of
you
it.
going.
So it's like
I
soon as I get hurt, it's fuck me.
something. Yeah, something going on regardless. Yeah, I get where
Okay.
you going.
So that's my problem. I'm like, let him lose it on the field. He hasn't gotten on the field this
But
year.
look,
Let him get
respectfully,
hurt.
I'm gonna
And if
I'm
he
gonna
get
check out.
hurt, knock
I'm gonna
on
check out
wood,
and keep listening to the rest of the show because I want
got
everybody else to get a chance to talk to you. I want to take up
you.
all the time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I'm Max to Dallas all day, and I'm gonna scream it loud.
Bruh,
And
nobody cares about that. He going now, damn. Oh, I see you. Go ahead. I can't hear
shut
you though.
up with the Max to Dallas, but it's our movement, bro. How does this hurt
What
y'all that
movement?
we want to do a movement?
What
That's
movement?
what really get under my skin, bro. How does it affect you that we want to do a movement?
How does it affect me? Why would you say it affect me? What movement are you talking about? The Max to Dallas movement? That's a movement? That's a movement? I can't. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Well, I'll address it. Because your question was how I'm gonna get mad because maybe you can watch it on the replay. But you like how I'm gonna get mad because of y'all movement. I'm not even aware of the movement, man. I don't. I'm not like watching and seeing like yo, a bunch of people got Jerry involved and Jerry wants Max because of a movement. Jerry and them was after Max before free agency or right around free agency. They said they put offers in for Max. All right. He said after James Slater said something, he said it again. I got no problem with people wanting Max Crosby. I keep saying this over and over again. I want Max Crosby, meaning if he came, would I be happy? Yeah. I keep saying that. If he came here, would I think the team is better? Sure. But to keep downplaying what we're doing as if he doesn't come here, our season is a failure is not it. I don't care what movement you're talking about. That ain't it. It ain't gonna be it. Because no one player is greater than the team. If Max Crosby came here and God forbid something happened, like Gerald McCoy came here and never played it down. I go with what's here and what's going on. People keep telling me I'm trying to go off of hope. I'm choosing off of hope. I only got what's on my roster to deal with. That's what I talk about. That's what I deal with. Y'all can talk about what you want. But when you say every week that it should be, every week we talking about Max Crosby, no matter what happens, good, bad, or indifferent, or when you start dissing players in favor of Max Crosby, you sound crazy to me. There's no way I'm going to co-sign that. But I can't hear you no more, so I'm going to go let you go. Lewis, what's up?
You say the whole government, huh?
I say the whole government, bro, because you just shifty cat. You a big boy, but you shifty, man. Should have played running back, man. Go ahead.
Man, so talk to me. What's
you
the
asked
deal?
to come on here? I thought you had something to say.
No, I'm saying you made the whole string. What's the deal? What we got the disagreements on?
I made a whole stream because you made a whole stream about me.
Yeah, I know it. I'm responding to you. So, like, what is it that you're not agreeing with us in the streets? That's all I'm asking.
First off, this is football. We're not in the streets. But
I'm metaphor.
Let's say this. Let's say this, right?
Yeah.
All right, listen.
Twitter, yeah, X.
Did you repost Dan Rogers down in Maris Lee Foul?
Yes.
Did you also repost or comment on, which I don't see anymore, John Owen doing the same thing?
No, not John Owen. Only did Dan
Rogers. Or maybe Boss did the John Owen one.
Yeah,
maybe
I only did Dan Rogers.
I think it was Boss's one, John Owen, right? But both clips just show low lights. Is that true or false?
Yeah, I understand it.
Is that thorough?
No, but I did the thorough work. That's why I have the
but when you add credibility to something that ain't thorough, are you thorough when you do that?
Yeah, because I'm coming in, I'm condoning. That's what I saw in the full film. Since I watched the both sides of the trenches, the full film after every game.
So you've seen the film that I put out too, right?
Yeah, I've seen both sides.
What's in it?
It's not both sides. It is a both sides.
No.
So
it's only
What are you implying about? Because it's about
I'm not
marriage,
implying.
right?
See, there we go with these soft
No,
words,
okay.
man. I'm not implying. No, I'm just saying it. Did you see my breakdown?
Yeah, I saw your breakdown.
Are the negatives in there?
Yes.
And are the positives in there?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking for.
Yes.
So if I do it slanted, it's wrong. I just did it on purpose. If you watch the 2 hours that I did yesterday, responding to you, I said, watch this. And you did exactly what I said you was going to do.
But I
said, oh, hold on.
Akoye, I did the full film session, though. That's the thing.
It's not about you doing the full.
I've watched it all.
Shifty.
Because I'm saying, you're saying he took out the in context. I'm saying the entire film, even with that, what you're saying there, the context, it still was not impressive. It was still below par. It's still bad.
I said, if that was bad, right? Okay. I'm asking you if that is your standard for bad, right?
Yes.
Where is your film in the games for you showing and speaking to the standard for bad when you see a bad game from the guy that you campaigning for? Or even we did this earlier in the offseason because with Sweat, y'all talked to me like I was uninformed. And I said, okay, I didn't look at his pass rush first. I looked at it second. But if you look at just the pass rush, I can understand how y'all got where y'all going. But I knew y'all didn't look at the run. And then when we looked at the run together, we had got into a heated exchange there. But I'm like, the things that you're saying were good with Sweat, meaning he get blown out of the set the edge and just set the edge. The ball gets turned back inside and he get knocked down. You'll say, that's a plus. I'm like, wow, that's a plus. I was arguing with you about it. I said, how that's a plus? He ain't do nothing but get knocked off the ball. He said his job is to set the edge and turn it inside. He did his job.
Yeah, remember that was a difference in perspective. Remember, we agreed on that.
What team does Sweat play for?
He's plays for another team.
You defended him tooth and nail when I said the boy couldn't stop the run.
So for one,
but I showed you him not stopping the run.
Why? So this is what we're disagreeing on. Why us critiquing the film of Maris is automatically getting us drawn to the conversation with Maris?
First off, you weren't even drawn to the conversation. You joined the conversation on your own twice.
Because
when Dan Rogers said something, nobody invited you to the conversation.
But Maris,
I was talking to Dan Rogers.
But how long have we been fighting about this with Maris?
I'm not fighting with you.
We're not fighting. We're not okay. We have a difference in ideas on Maris.
We don't.
Right? We don't.
Where is our difference of opinion? Other than the fact that you just co-signed him being trash.
No.
That's where we disagree.
I stated in the video that you reacted to, and we've said we've already put links of.
You want him at middle.
No,
you want him at middle.
We've looked at the film from the past 2 years of him at outside, and it's been womp womp.
He hasn't been outside in the last 2 years.
He's been outside last year when they switched to them 5 down fronts in the Carolina game.
And last year, when he switched to outside, you telling me when you watched the film of him outside, he was trash?
It was not good.
Mm.
And the whole point is
he was playing 10 snaps a game. I covered Marist all season. Yes. He's playing 10 snaps a game, and even in those games where he's playing 10 snaps. Out of the 10 snaps, he's making like 2 to 3 plays every game.
And he's also
from outside.
Moved, but he's also not setting the edge. He
what
also
game?
looks lost.
What game?
Like I said it.
What game? Which game? The Panthers game?
We did a whole film session on this, Akoye.
The Panthers game? He looked lost in the Panthers game?
He said he looks better off ball.
In the Panthers game, you said he looked lost? I got a question
for you right now. Him and outside linebacker.
Why are you not answering that question?
Who is he actually contending for to beat? Right now, where is he?
That's not his job. What is his role?
No, I'm talking about where is he on the outside linebacker total pole?
Who is
he above? Who is he above?
Did I say he was above someone?
So I'm saying the whole point of what we're saying is he's better at another position. And at this
what
position,
is his
he's
role
not making out enough plays.
According to the coaches here, what is his role?
They got him an outside line. But actually, no, the coaches promised that they was going to cross train him at both inside and outside.
Okay, so he already had experience at inside, right? Already, a lot of it, right?
So we need
now they're giving him a full dose of outside to fully understand.
We have not seen him inside just yet. We've actually just seen it this week.
We've seen it.
Yeah, so, but I need to see it in the game though. That's the
how you going to do that if you deject him and you get him out of here before you can see him in the game?
We have not had no reports of him inside. Okay, we have they've been in OTAs without pads on, and They
we
have
both
not
know that
reported
they
that he
just
was
said
in.
they about to use him inside and outside.
This is
I
the
just
first
listened to
time they
CP
said
talk
it.
about him yesterday and say he's very versatile. I can use him
Yeah,
in multiple spots.
and I'm calling them out on where has they finally just now.
So
The
you
promise they
answering
already
your
made.
own question right
Have we
now.
said it? Have we said it? I said, have we seen it on film? Have we seen him consistently inside?
He only
since the
played
Denver game?
one game
We need to see
preseason.
more. If you
How
said
can I show
cross-training,
you
we need to see
more?
more.
How can they show you more if he doesn't play? He can't show you more until he's in the game.
We agree on it. He needs to be out. He needs to be, but I'm saying we have not seen any signs of him being on the inside.
Did you expect that Morris was going to play one preseason game and be an all-pro outside linebacker?
No, you're going to an extreme. I'm saying that you
did you think that he was going to be? Did you think that he was going to have zero hiccups at outside linebacker? I'm asking you the question.
For me,
yeah,
I knew he was going to struggle because he's out of position.
Okay, did he struggle the first game and on 3 reps?
3 reps? That's it?
Yeah.
No, it was more reps than that.
He got pancaked 3 times. That was the only times that he looked bad.
No,
what else?
There's other times where he got displaced. It's been other times. You're leaving.
When you say displaced, what do you mean?
The tackle moving you against your will. You are no longer in the play. You're not affecting the play. He's not playing.
How often did that happen?
It happened a lot more than the good that happened.
That's
a
lot.
Why I've came and I actually
we got pancaked 3 times. 3 times.
So pancake is the only measure of you doing bad on the play. That's the only measure.
I'm asking you.
No,
because those are the plays y'all talking about.
That's not the plays we're talking about.
What other plays did he play bad?
We did the full film review. We did the full film review.
Man. Okay. So I'm asking you, what plays you talking about?
I literally just said it. There's many plays where he's been displaced. Where he's pass rushing. I saw a play where he tried to do 2 moves at the same time.
And
I understand. I saw the highlight of the pressure in the sack where he went inside over the guard where Houston forces him back. I understand that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I did not see more bad than good. And then also
now you're lying. You saw more bad than good.
Akoye, you're going up against backup tackles.
Yes, he is. But I saw him play
backup tackles.
You forgetting though?
Backup tight ends too.
You forgetting though? He played outside, not off ball. But he played outside in our 5-man fronts last season.
Yes.
Did you see him getting blown up and knocked off the ball last year?
Yes. There's times he got blown up and knocked off the ball.
I asked you which game.
I did. I told you the Panthers game. I have more games.
The Panthers game was one of his best games.
No, he also got blown up. Matter of fact,
by who? By who?
First of all, that front.
By who did he get blown up by?
The front.
By who, brother? I'm telling you, because Trimble, number 82, was blowing up everybody.
The tackle.
And you know who he didn't blow up? Number 82 beat
the entire front 7 had a bad game versus the Panthers. You do know that. Yes, they did. That was
Maris Leofold in that game when he went up against Trimble, he knocked Trimble on his ass. He the only one who did it out of all of them.
So you did it against Trimble. So what? Okay. Let's go with
you just said that he did. He had a bad game that game. I remember that. That was the game that made me pay attention. And he got a sack. Did he get a tackle for loss that game?
The backup tackle.
What did he do against the Panthers? They starters.
You're telling me the starters. So why are you struggling versus the second and third stringers then?
He didn't. I don't think he struggled. Did he
dominate?
So those are the only 2 extremes? Is he dominated or he struged? Did I say he dominated? Did I say he had a dominant performance, or did they say he had a good game for a guy who's learning a new position? What did I say? Did I give him flowers and say, yo, bro, he an all-pro? I said he had a good game. Why? Because where I thought he would be lacking is where he actually had his plays, which is pass rushing. I thought he would be horrible all game in the pass rush game. And where I thought he would do good, which is setting edges, because I've seen him do that already. That's where he struggled, but I know he can do that because I've seen him do that against starters. So what I didn't see him do is pass rush, and that's what he did well this game. That to me means you had a good game because out of the 3 pass rushes, the 3 true rushes that you had, you got knocked on your ass one time. I've seen that happen to Osa several times. You got knocked on your ass once, and you got a pressure and a sack. So you got 1 sack, a pressure, and you got put down in your 3 rushes.
What we can do, just like when we disagree with Sweat, we can turn on the film. From front to back.
Yes, we can. That's brilliant. Yes, we can. It's beautiful.
The reason why we're saying this about Maris, because I still firmly believe this.
I don't trust y'all when it comes to film no more, though. I don't. Why? Because you don't watch it.
I have a whole stream of me watching it.
Okay, well, what you watching? Because I'm like, yo, to say horrible game, I'm trying to ask you. I asked you before.
I grade every.
Why you haven't graded Max Crosby then? Because where's his horrible games from last season? Y'all did that to Gary. Y'all doing that to Maris right now.
We did the full film session on Max Crosby from raw to finish.
And where was his horrible games? What games did he have horrible games? Because you just said that game was horrible. We watched
3 to 4 games. The first 3 games, we did not find a horrible game.
Stop it. I asked you a question.
Why are we going
said that Maris was
horrible? We have actual proof of us watching the raw film, Akoye. We turned it on.
I'm asking you the question because you said you did that. The next question in that chain of logic would be, if all you do to evaluate who you want on this team or not is watch the film, right? That's what you're saying.
And I'm going to be honest with that as well.
Okay, so where is the film of Max Crosby? Good, bad, and ugly.
We can watch it again. We can watch.
Where are his bad games?
We can watch the full. You're trying to cherry pick, and I told
I'm asking you what are his bad. I've watched.
We did not see a bad game from the first 3 or 4 games. We did not. In this context, we did not. All I saw.
Didn't you just say you watched the full film session, the whole season?
Everyone who watched this, we know.
Did you watch the whole season?
No, we didn't watch the full season. We watched the first 3 or 4 games. We was watching multiple edges.
So I'm telling you, I'm already the game 8.
I saw your
right now.
Film.
No, you didn't.
Because you put a play in there from the Bears, and he had a good game versus the Bears.
You said a play. See, again, okay, this is why I say context.
No, I know what you're doing. I know. I'm saying
no, you don't. You don't. That's why you're in here. That's why you must not know.
I do.
I don't understand you, bro. You don't understand what's happening here.
No, what we can do just like Ramirez. We can set up something. We can set up something.
Can I speak?
We can put on the film.
Now you're running. Can I speak? Why you keep trying to overtalk me?
I want to put on the raw film. We can put it on from raw, from the beginning.
I keep saying raw, uncut, all that. Okay, that sounds good. Listen,
play it from.
Then why y'all don't do that? Y'all ain't do it.
Do that.
No, you don't.
What you mean?
Because you said that last year he struggled setting edges and he was getting knocked off the ball and displaced last year. I asked you which game. The game you told me was the game he actually did well in.
I'll show you the raw film. If you need me to actually reference the actual game, when I saw the overall. The whole point of us doing a film session was we literally did a film session right here to show his inside rest versus outside. It was a big difference. I can show you that. But in terms of you wanting the film right here to prove a point, no. Well, I'll say it like that. We can pull up the raw film. No cut-ups.
Peep game.
No cut-ups. No cut-ups. No cut-ups.
I'm just going to show you a game because you're talking about the Panthers game. I just want to see this Panthers game real quick. Hold on a second. I'm getting to the Panthers film because I don't want my shit to get fucked up. All right, so the Panthers game. Is it in here? I hope it's in here. Okay. These are his he only played 10 snaps. Okay. 10 snaps this game. This is 1 snap. Where he lined up, slightly off ball outside. Nobody's technically blocking him. He's going to deal with just the running back, air boom. Got him a sack there. Okay. All right. But he's just blitzing. That's like Dan Rogers said. When nobody bothered to block him, he's a good player. Right? All right, boom. That's 1 snap. All right, here we go. Let's see the next one. Boom. Where is he? He over here playing off ball, outside linebacker. Boom. That's a bad play too. Went attacked the ball. You know what I mean? Played Will perfectly, in my opinion, and tackled the ball. Good play here. Boom. That's 2 snaps out of the 10. Boom. This is him versus Trimble. Boom. Run right through. Trimble knocked everybody else on the ass. He run right through him for a tackle for loss. That's 3 plays out of 10. He only played 10 snaps. So 30% of it. And then before that, and I'm going to show you the rest because you said we don't want to pull none out. And I agree with you there. But I wanted to show the Panthers game that you talking about. Now I unmuted you. The Panthers game that you talking about. 30% of the game, meaning 1 out of 3 plays, he was making a play. And the rest of the game, things ain't going his side. It's not like he was giving up plays. Morris wasn't giving up no plays. And when I say that, what I did with Max Crosby yesterday, I showed his highlights first, showed all his sacks. I said, if I just did that, that would be weak.
But Akoye, we did not show his highlights.
See, again, I don't know why you think that I think about
you the one who brought up a Max Crosby, and you're saying
are you Max Crosby's agent?
There you go again. You like,
are you?
If we're not going to talk about it,
I'm talking about Max Crosby, bro. I'm not talking about you.
Have links out there.
You are talking
going from game to
game.
You
made a 2-hour almost video about me talking about Max Crosby.
Yes.
Did I
Because
say
I don't see how
take-
you're. I don't see like okay. Let's talk about that then, because I don't see why anybody should be against us adding talent to this team.
Again, you a wordsmith, brother. You slippery, and I'm gonna tell you
I'm
why.
slippery.
Because did I say I was against getting better? Did I say I was against Max Crosby coming? I keep repeating it, so I know you don't hear me saying that. You're lying. That's shiftiness. That's gaslighting, really.
Gaslighting?
Yeah. Because you can hear me say, I'm not against us getting Max Crosby. You hear me say that?
But you keep it, but you're being slippery too, Akoye.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Then why did you? Okay, then why did you connect the dots of us critiquing marriage to Max? What does that have anything to do in common?
I said I didn't critique
you made a whole tweet. You made
about
a whole
who?
tweet.
About who?
You said you literally pull up your tweet. You said for everyone that was saying that we were downplaying our own players, but we don't want you connected the marriage to Max dots. It wasn't me,
brother. Yesterday. But what do you have to do with Marist or Max? I'm not talking about you. A hurt dog. Ain't you from the South? You from down south, ain't it? Ain't you?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. Yes.
Don't they say down there a hurt dog only holler when it's
no, we don't say that.
When it's hit.
We said
that's
guilty
you.
Dog always
if
barks.
It don't apply,
we said a guilty dog always barks. That's what we said.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
Okay.
Did I say you? As a matter of fact, I really wasn't referencing you.
Really?
I really wasn't. I'm referencing you now.
Who else has been pushing Max Crosby?
Everybody.
Right. But who else was downplaying Maris?
Dan Rogers and John Owen.
But you just said you didn't like us commenting on that.
Didn't you reshare their post?
Yes, because I agree with what they said.
So you here to be their lawyer?
So, like I said, back to the original point. Are you talking to us about that?
I am now. Yeah,
we check both boxes.
I must be.
We like
Mike. You talk.
We like
I must be talking to y'all.
And we were downplaying Maris.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you downplayed Maris, then I'm talking to you too.
Why did you connect those dots like
I didn't.
Maris?
You connected that. I'm accepting the connection, but I didn't connect you to nothing. I connected Marist and Max, because if you're going to tell me, hey, thank you, Dan Rogers, for showing the truth, right?
Yes.
Then I say, well, why don't you thank me for showing the truth about Max? Then if I show one highlight of Max where he looked bad, why is that not the truth? Didn't it happen?
Why are we connecting Max?
Did it happen though?
Why are we connecting Maris to Max?
Because we don't do low light breakdowns. I'm using it as a point to prove the point. You don't like that. I did that to Max. He don't play for the Cowboys, and it's poor analysis to do lopsided, whether it's good or bad analysis.
But for me,
period.
I have been voicing before Max, before the season started, that I did not like Maris at the outside line.
That's a difference than co-signing somebody else showing only his low lights.
Your problem is with
then get mad at me for showing Max's low lights. You just said, man, you showed that Bears game, and then that Bears game, I'm like, you proving my point. But right after I did that, after I showed that Bears game, you know what I showed? I showed the entire Colts game, right? You said that was a bad game, but I showed the game because to show you this is the difference. This is how I evaluate. I don't go and do this bullshit because it's bullshit. I did it to show it. And I said, if I did this, if this was Gary, if it was Kenneth Murray, if it was Mozzie, if it was anybody that y'all don't like, that highlight, and you know I'm not wrong, I'm not lying, that highlight would have went viral and it would have been shared by everybody in the Cowboy community. But when I do it to a Raider, everybody in the Cowboy community come at me. It's wild. That's wild work from Cowboys fans. There's no way you're going to make me cool with that. No way. There's nothing you can say that make that thorough, bro. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm unmuted you. But that ain't thorough.
I understand. Like the clip culture, I understand it's very dangerous. But my whole point is this. We own from people like me,
all right,
who watches the full
Where'd Boss go? Boss, get back in here, man. As he was in here.
I think he said he had to do something. But like we have full context behind it. I understand people, clips can be perceived to be, but I'm saying like why are we connecting downplaying Maris to
this is a circular logic conversation, bro, because I just told you if I do that to if it's okay to do that to Maris, who is learning the position, no matter what, it's okay to do that, right? It must be okay for everybody. Why would you be mad if I do the same thing that someone did to Maris to Max? Ain't it good it's good for Maris when you do it? It's just critique.
The context was not like there. That's what I'm saying.
Like exactly. On purpose. Do you think I don't know what clip I put up there? I know exactly what I was saying in the clip, and I know that I
So
took
you
myself.
admit that Max is a great player, and then you just cherry picked all his bad plays.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you something.
You just admit because you just showing the like how dangerous clips are. That's what you saying.
Hold on. Yeah, you didn't watch it. That's what I'm saying. Why? How you commented on what I said and you still didn't do that? You didn't watch it. You ain't watch it because you would know what I'm talking about. That you wouldn't even have said nothing if you watched it. I promise you, because never did that. Hold on. Let me share this. Can y'all see what I'm sharing? Let me see. Let me make sure.
Yeah, he said hop in. I think he back.
All right, hold on, boss. I want to put this clip up here because I want to make sure it's clear what was said because people saying I said something I said. All right, here we go. Let me find it. When you look at that, I didn't want to put that up there first. But if I just showed that, it would look like Max Crosby sucks. It would look like that. We know that's not the case. We know he don't suck. I don't think he sucks. But why would I do that to my own players and not do that to a Raider? Why would I do that? That don't make a lot of sense. All right. Let's see.
But here's my thing.
This, I believe.
Are you mad? Is it wrong for Dan to have that judgment though? Like,
hold on. Hold on. How corny. Hold on a second, Luke. What I do? He like, what did I do? Other than be a good teammate. They're like, this is how corny this shit is. This is what I felt when I seen what they did with my man Marist. I said, okay, if I just show him getting pancaked and say he can't play the position, look at this. Then if I just showed this about Max and say he sucks, Max Crosby sucks. Look at this. He ain't want no smoke from that fullback right there. Look at it. Oh, look at him gingerfoot right here. Oh no. And then he goes over and he's jogging. He grabs him. Oh man. 60-yard touchdown. If that was Rashawn Gary, if that was Maris Leafau, if that was any of the guys y'all don't like, if that was Von Miller last year, y'all would have played this play on repeat like crazy. So it's like y'all either didn't see it or y'all saw it and y'all ignored it. Why? Because it don't fit the narrative. Don't fit the narrative. Boom. If y'all seen this play, boom. If this was anybody that y'all don't like, if you seen this play, you'd be like, yo, okay, you'll get the point, right? And then I did this after the fact. I said, then I can do this. I could show all his sacks, right? Let me show you. I think I did that earlier. I did that here. Hold on.
So you just saying the act of clipping. That's it.
The act of sixes and stuff. Hold on. No. They just driving right touchdowns. I said 30 seconds left. Was it right before? That's my problem.
The act of clipping.
Right. When I got here to this game. This is why I went to the bad game. You know why? Because I said there's no way that was one game. I said, yo, how many I went to his touchdowns, the touchdowns against him, and he took me to this game, not me. I said, how the hell he got this many plays where he's directly in line for, they running right at him for touchdowns right here. When I got here, right, y'all hug for the touchdown. I said, well, damn, that's one game. That's the same game. But when I watched this game, I said, I'm gonna watch this whole game right here. Right.
So touchdown. You're implying that everybody has bad plays.
All of the snaps. This game, boom, run right past the ball. 6 games because that's what I did for Gary. Remember, you just said now if he got a sack, that's exactly what I'm going to fumble in this game. But what I bet not keep finding a sack fumble, they would have said games like this. But this whole game, you can't say, hey, he just was on a bad team. He had a couple of good plays on a bad team, and those guys weren't helping. That was like after those touchdowns. One time he kind of really stopped the run. Something crazy. Then I showed after that. I did the breakdown on the entire game. And then I also showed what Maris did. Good, bad, nugget. You can't judge by a criteria. Here's what I'm okay. No, it's like, okay, he got good games. He had bad games just like anybody else. I want to show his good. I want to show his bad ones. But we're going to show it all. Don't just show a negative play from one of your own players in preparation for a guy who shit stinks too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I'm not saying I don't like Max, but good, bad, nugget. You can't judge by a criteria with one guy, then not by the same criteria with the next guy. When you do that, you picking and choosing. Yeah. It don't make sense. And okay. That is my mouth to the world, dog.
I'll stay here in the back.
Okay. I seen. But that's from my mouth to the world. So
we understand that clipping
That's
is
the
dangerous.
that's
We
the
understand
concept.
that, but
I'm showing how dangerous clipping is.
But
And
here's
then when
my
someone
thing.
else does that, I'm asking you why you agree with Dan Rogers when he did the same shit I just did. And why you disagree with me publicly? Why you don't disagree with Dan Rogers publicly?
I do disagree with Dan Rogers publicly.
Why you don't disagree with that then?
You can go on my Twitter. I do disagree with Dan. I actually hate that
and I'm not trying to push you. I like Dan.
I'm just saying I do.
Not an issue with
that's
Dan.
why
So Dan, this is not a beef towards you. I just want to understand why everybody got a problem with me defending the Cowboys.
No, it's not.
We're a Raider.
Hold on. No, it's not. I disagree with Dan a lot, actually. First of all, like I said it before, we've already done the context of I done the full review of that game, the Seattle game, and I ruled Marist he had a bad game. It's everyone sees that he had a pretty bad game.
Everybody doesn't see that.
Now I understand that it's bad with Dan.
How y'all see something Christian Parker don't see?
It's bad with Dan did in terms of clipping because a lot of people who hasn't seen the game does that. But like I said, it's why are we getting mad at the fact that Dan might just not have a different opinion than yours on Marist, whether if it's about Max or not. And when you do it, I understand you're trying to show that how clipping is bad, but everyone already knows. We've shown. I watched full games, 3 or 4 games with Boss. He's in the back. You want to bring it?
You are here talking to me about somebody else's clip, brother.
But look, I understand it.
You here talking about somebody else's clip. You ain't doing a clip.
I'm talking. I'm telling you that I've done the full review, and you just don't like my.
You co-sign.
You do not agree with my analysis.
So you agree with the words that Dan chose to describe?
Did I say exactly that, Akoye?
You said worse.
No,
you said he had a terrible game.
I think he did. Yes.
Did Max Crosby have any terrible games last year?
Again, you're connecting those dots.
I'm asking.
And here's the issue.
Where do they exist at?
No, here's the
why
issue.
don't you put those up there? Is what I'm asking you.
Why are we comparing Marist to Max?
Now you shifting. Shifty people.
Now, we're shifting.
I asked you a direct question.
Shifting. I'm the one shifting though.
You are.
I'm shifting. My opinion on Marist has not changed.
Why haven't you done the same film review and put out Max's?
I had the same.
Why I ain't never seen no bodies on Max.
Max Crosby was everything.
I seen Von Miller bodies buried. I see Marist bodies. I seen Gary bodies. Why I don't see no bodies? Why I haven't seen the bodies from Max Crosby, and why didn't y'all put the bodies out from Sweat either? Y'all did both. Hold on, there go Boss right there.
We're cherry picking.
I'm asking you putting words. I'm asking you. Is that
you're saying why we didn't?
Why would that be the first word that come to your mind when I ask that question?
Because you're asking why we
didn't.
Because we've done the full for real. You did it with us. With the
I don't want to argue. It's like I'm trying to create a baseline. That's why I'm asking you these questions. Whatever thorough is thorough. Whatever ain't. So if you now co-sign something that ain't thorough, then you're not doing shit thorough. I don't care if it's you or anybody else. That's what I'm saying.
We did the film review too, but you're implying that we did not do
it. Real quick. I see what the breakdown is. The breakdown, this is what Akoye is saying. He's saying you can't say you don't like clips over here, but then if you see clips over here, you co-sign it. That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So this, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what the breakdown is. The breakdown is we already agreed with it before we saw the clips. So it can come across. No, hear me out, Akoye.
Doing that, bro.
No. That's why. No, it's not. No, listen, because you got to hear the whole context. So you understood the first part of the context, the second part of the context. So it's like if you got opinions that you've already done work on. Like let's say, because if it come to Mozzie, we all three agree true or false.
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
So we already agree that Mozzie wasn't as bad as players what people said. We've all done the work on that and agree, right?
Okay.
So then let's say somebody throw out some clips and they show some of his good plays and they say, hey, Mozzie wasn't as bad as we thought. And then we retweet it and say, nah, Mozzie wasn't as bad as we thought. Y'all need to cut the narrative. Trust me, he was not bad. We did the work. It's not saying we actually agree with this particular clips. These limited clips, we've all already did the work, so we already agree with what Dan was saying.
Mostly common sense.
Yeah.
What Dan Rogers did was the exact opposite of that. He went and gave a paragraph and clips of only low lights.
Yeah.
Describing Maris's game.
Right.
All I said was show it all.
Right.
I didn't say he didn't have no bad reps.
Right.
I didn't say you couldn't judge it as bad. You could have still said everything you said.
Yeah.
But here's the game. When you purposely, and I wasn't even saying,
and I know what you're saying. Show low lights. I know exactly what you're saying.
When you purposely show low lights and don't mention the sack and don't mention the pressures, you are tilting everyone's common sense and opinion to your narrative.
Yeah. And that's why I always say, Koye, you heard me say this 1,000 times. I hate clips. You heard me say that 1,000 times because that happens.
Me and you know, on some other tip, like on somebody else who was doing the same thing, I called you on it, right? I was like, yo, they be doing some don't do that. I was like, that's some sucker shit they doing. I said, I'm not even coming at you, but y'all keep standing in front of suckers and then get mad. I'm shooting at them. Y'all standing in front of people.
Now, I know what you mean. I'm not talking about. No, I know what you mean. I know you ain't talking about Dan.
This is not the Dan Rogers. This is not about Dan. Sorry, Dan.
I know what you mean.
This was about another tweet before yours. What I called him about. Dan, me and Dan is cool. I got no problem with you. Dan. I don't agree with you. On merits at all.
Dan cool,
but you cool. I got no beef with you. So
he cool enough.
Put that up. But you know who I'm talking about. So because I called you and I said, bro, you think me and you going at it? I'm not going at you. You keep standing next to him, and I'm not gonna stop because you standing there.
And that's right. So, hey, but see, Akoye, that's the difference between honestly us three and others. The difference between us three and others is that we will always be man enough to face each other. That's always been the case.
But I don't even like this.
What happens though? But in our streets, strays happen, bro. One of my partners told me that, and that's just the truth. He say, "Boss, the way you do content, you go shoot strays, you'll kiss."
You can't have an opinion without offending somebody.
It just go happen.
I respect it, but again, tell me, boss. Even when I did mention I requoted your tweet. I didn't requote nothing from you, Lou.
Yeah,
I requoted yours, and I said, "What did I say in the paragraph?"
You said, "I'm not talking to boss." Right. Yeah, you was making a higher point, but not putting us in it because it's about knowing how we each other do content. I said, "Boss, this ain't directed at you, right? Even though you may agree with some of the points I'm attacking." Yeah. And which you basically moved me out the way. How we get, which is cool.
So how we get here?
Well, you know, I
ain't mentioned you, Lou. You did a whole video about me saying I'm talking about y'all, and I ain't mentioned boss. When I did inadvertently and I've done this before. When I had a back and forth with AOC, but it was I mentioned Foots in it, right? And I said, "Damn, Foots, I apologize because it was going viral. For me, it was good for the brand,
right?
Because it was going viral.
But it wasn't good for the homie.
But it's not good for Foots because Foots ain't got nothing to do with what I was saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, I called him. I said, I'm gonna take it down. Why? Because I would never do anything to disrespect somebody I bang with, even. Right. But at the end of the day, if you keep doing it, knowing that I'm saying what I'm saying, blasted. Then that's on you.
Yeah, but I said that in my video. I said, look, at the beginning of the video, I said, I don't know if you're talking to me. I'm only taking this video because I'm tired of words on Twitter. You know what I'm saying,
bro? You got my phone number.
But here's the thing.
You got my number. If you thought that I was saying that, you could have just said, "Yo, you talking about?"
But the things,
I already did that with boss. I just did that.
You might not have been talking to me, but there's some things I just disagreed and I had to get it off my chest. Like I don't. If you,
I disagree with a lot that you say. You know what I don't do though? Like you know what I don't do. I don't try to, I guess, hedge allies against what you agree with. I don't care who agree with me. I'm just gonna say what I'm saying. When somebody else say something that I agree with, I'm like, damn, somebody else see what I see. But I don't try to take that and now battery back that narrative into the greater effect of what I'm saying, unless I try not to, unless it's like a coach's credibility. A coach might be mentioning something like that. I get that. But some of the stuff that these guys be saying and doing to me, I don't agree with when it comes to cannibalizing Cowboys players. We keep doing it to our own players, right? And now this year, we got players who are in this locker room who are part of, I don't care if you agree with me or not, to me, one of the you could say it's top 5 or you could say it's number 1, wherever you want to put it. But one of the best defensive lines in football, period, right now is what we have. And if you said that, hey, we could use more help or we can use more, I never argue with y'all saying y'all want more toys. What I argue against is, yo, stop acting like what we got ain't enough or it ain't shit, because that's crazy.
Who's doing that?
That's what first off, listen, when you speak, stop acting like when you speak, everybody just say what you say, right? People take what you say and they come to me too.
I can't
right?
control that, dog.
Exactly. I'm not trying to control it for you. Just like I didn't ask you to say that.
If they taking me out of context, I'm sorry, bro.
I'm not talking about nobody taking you out of context. I'm talking about your context too, though. Okay. Some of the things I hear you say don't make sense. Like to talk about Max Crosby all off season for 6 months, to me that don't make sense. When the team, I can see in the off season, in free agency, before we even got a team, you don't know what we doing. You talk about it then, I get it. You talk about it right after we missed out on them, And with the Ravens, I mean, it's like FOMO, fear of missing out. You mad about that? I get it. You talking about it like, hey, shit, Hope might still be alive after he go back to Raiders. I get that then. It's now, but once we hit training camp, I'm like, all right, you don't hear nothing but good news or no news when it comes to our outside linebacker room or the defense in general. But I see a lot of good highlights coming out of the highlights, right? But then I'll see touchdown scored or passes thrown, right? We'll talk about the offense, and I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about we'll talk about the offense, and I gotta go. I'm asking for as a fan, I gotta go personally look at the highlight. Now I know everybody not gonna get their credit, but it'll be blatant sacks, and I'm not just talking about just from Gary. Blatant sacks. Nobody's saying a word, and then I point them out, and then somebody, oh yeah, I see that. Why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that? So when I'm talking about that, and then when I'm looking at the timeline for all the content creators that I'm watching, y'all included, all I hear is about a Raider. Right. I don't hear shit about what these guys doing. Let me address that. I'm gonna feel away about that.
I feel you. So let me address that, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna understand when I explain it. So you talked about when training camp started. The very first thing that started with training camp was Max Crosby, and it started from James Slater. So. And also, you know, my campaign.
Again, hold on, real quick. Hold on, no. Cut you off with that. But Jane Slater, right? I ain't got no problem with her either. I'm talking about the Cowboys.
I'm trying to explain, but you got to let me finish so you can understand. So basically, what happened was, y'all know we've been pushing for Max, and it's been really about the campaign. We've been pushing this team overkill, having more than what's needed. It's not about not liking Gary. It's about adding to Gary. It's about adding to Quentin Williams. It's about adding to Clark. Everybody that listens to my content know I've been very consistent on that. That's been my message. Overkill. Just like what we saw the Rams did. They went from verse to a higher edge rusher, which they went for overkill. They trying to pull Aaron Donald out of retirement for overkill. So I'm saying I want to match strength with strength so that we can also be a team that's overkill. So on top of that, Dallas made 3 proposals to Max Crosby. They made 3 massive proposals. They was trying to get him. The only thing that happened is the Ravens bushed it up. But then after they messed it up, James Slater brought it back up. Jerry said something pivotal. He said, who said we stopped? He said, who said we stopped trying to go for him? So in other words, we're still in talks. So then also what happened is there's also been a lot of talks coming from them saying we are actively shopping and we're shopping big. So if I really believe what I've always believed, and it's always been the mantra of my channel, Your Voice Matter, when they are saying they're actively shopping, I'm saying this is the time to be loud about it, not quiet about it. So you saying, because what you saying is as if we just pull Max out of a vacuum and just out of a favorites list. No, this was their favorites list. This was their favorite list because they made 3 proposals for him, Akoye. I didn't. They did. I didn't say they never stopped. They did. I didn't say think bigger. They did. So since they saying all that in this very time, this is the time, in my opinion, that we should be saying, yeah, do that. Yes, go for overkill. So it's not a diss to our current players to hold them accountable to what they're saying.
Okay. Again, I don't understand how, like I said, a hurt dog only holler when it's hit. I wasn't talking about just you or you, Lou.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm talking about every content creator and media outlet in the cowboy country. And it's a collective. And it's not even hidden.
It's loud.
When you show, like, you can't say it's respectful on one end, but then act like you don't. Like, people know what they do. When you go to do a thumbnail, right? Yeah. You know, when you type in Rashawn Gary name, you're gonna find Packers uniforms. You're gonna find Cowboy uniforms.
Yeah.
They put that man in a Packers uniform every time they put him on something, right? Right?
Yeah. Well, okay. I ain't gonna say every time.
I don't think disrespect.
I'm trying to talk.
I've seen it, but I don't necessarily know that it's disrespect.
Yeah, I was quiet as hell. Yeah. I was quiet. I ain't finished my point. Have we seen Max Crosby and Von Miller in nothing but Cowboys uniforms every time they talk about him? Either one of them? Mostly, right? Right?
Well, I'm
But mostly, I would say I see Gary and Green. I see Gary and Green.
I think it's too fresh for Vaughn. I think it's too fresh for Vaughn. Because I seen him in both.
Max Crosby ain't a cowboy at all. You said it's fresh for Vaughn. Vaughn at least is a cowboy. They had him when they was talking about Vaughn first day. Every thumbnail I saw,
you see
was Von Miller with number 40 on, and Hunter Lipke was wearing number 40 at the time. Ain't even his number yet.
I see
Von Miller number 40.
You seeing a slant? You seeing a
and
slant?
And then have Gary dead smack in the middle of the screen, big ass Green Bay on. I said, all right, so that was one point. I said that was a little weird.
Well,
all right, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. That's why I said I wasn't finished my point. It's not a one thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not one thing. It's a
pattern of disrespect of Gary.
It's very crazy.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Right. Then I see sacks. I'm like, yo, I'm watching the Saints game. I saw No C mention sacks, and then I got people who down there taking pictures and sending them to me like, sack here. There's a sack there. Sack. I said, wow. I start looking. I'm like, well, maybe
you saying why people not talking about it more?
Nobody said nothing about that. But I guarantee you,
no, I've been talking about it.
I'm gonna ask y'all. Do you think, just in your wildest imagination, if Max was already here and he got two,
they would be pumping it.
He got 2 to 3 sacks versus the Saints before
they would be pumping it, bro. We know what would happen.
Okay. So why am I crazy for pointing this out? So hold on. I'm gonna keep going because these are my points. It really, I'm not copping a plea when I say it's not about you. Y'all both know how I am. I will call you. I will call you and apologize, or I will call you and tell you did fucking wrong.
It's right.
That's the way I am.
Yeah.
So if I felt it was about you, I would have added both of y'all.
Right.
Individually. I did that. I didn't do that on purpose. You know why? Because them people who I am talking about as well would assumed I'm just talking to y'all. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm not.
I'm with you, dog. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm talking to everybody.
But
if you do it, I'm talking to you.
Right.
But that don't mean I'm talking just to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it applied, then it applied. That's
right.
What it is.
Right.
So
I'm with you.
It's to everybody who's doing it. So then I look at I'll be watching, people will be like, even the questions, Clarence will get on there and be like, he'll ask Gary, like, what do you think about having Big Von in there? You know, to be Von Miller coming in. I'm like, they're asking him questions about other plays, but not talking about none of his play.
Yeah.
When people talk about him as a backhanded compliment, instead of talking about the play that he putting on tape, they be like, the leadership.
Yeah,
the leadership is great.
Yeah.
But no, leadership is good. The leadership is good. Is he balling though?
Let me
I gotta respond. But nobody say
side on this.
Let me say this because I think that's our problem with clip culture in camp.
Right.
Because the same thing is happening in our favor. It's another position.
Yeah, like it's happening at back.
It's at running back. And they only
Israel Abandoconda is not being shown, even though he clowning out there, bro.
He's doing good, and so is Davis. Yeah,
and so is Davis. They ain't showing no clips of them, though. See, to your point. So, true. We saying we agree with you on that, bro.
True, though. That's true.
So, and this is where I want to highlight you, Akoye. This is where I truly want to highlight you. So sometimes you are taking wrong. Sometimes I'm taking wrong. Sometimes Lewis taking wrong because we'll do work that people sometimes need to catch up to. Like, for instance, you was ahead on the Gary controversy, dog. You was the person that was able to show, right, that likely it was a schematic change that affected him, right? So, like, and me and you will sit down, whether we agree or not. We'll sit down and I'm listening, and then I'm like, he right. Patrick said the same thing. And they didn't talk, right? And you start connecting the dots and you be like, yeah, they likely fuck Gary. So also what's going on is Gary is coming from looking like that he was in a bad situation.
Okay.
So now you looking at it from the eyes of education and you talking to a majority of people that's miseducated.
But here's the other issue I have with this, right? Mm-hmm. I had the narrative on Gary was he had a down year, and I had to sit there and speak to what was happening, like you said.
Yeah. Right.
Max Crosby also had a down year last year.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hear.
He still led the league in TFLs, Akoye.
See, again, stop doing that, please.
Hold on. Let's talk that through.
There's context.
Let's talk that through. I want to listen.
Stop. No. Now that's why I'm glad.
No. 1 second. Stay with me.
Can I just pause for a second, please?
Man, because I've been waiting, bro. I'm gonna
let you make whatever point you want to make in full. I'll put myself on mute.
All right.
You see what y'all just did when I said that Max Crosby had a down year? You see that?
Yeah, but I got to get a context.
You gave me reasons and context, right?
Yes.
Why didn't nobody search for that for Gary? They would just accept it.
Yeah,
But when I said that about
was
Max, you gave me every extenuating circumstance that led to it.
To be honest,
It's
Akoye, that's why
That's
I
my
said I
point.
gotta credit you sometime, bro, because you also, when you really dig into something, ain't nobody more thorough.
I mean, I'm
Like,
not
for real.
agreeing and disagreeing with
Like
that.
I'm
I'm just
saying,
saying that's the point I was making. But go ahead and make your point.
The scouting rule is 6 games, bro. Your ass will do 2 fucking years. Facts. The scouting expectation to look at a player is the most recent 6. You see what I'm saying? So what we'll do is we might look at 4 or 5. If you looked at the whole 12 and then you looked at the history and you look at the injury history and you looked at everything, you will have a better context on Gary than everybody else. Like straight up. And people go have to catch up to you. That's just what it is. So just like
I respect that.
that's
That
what
part
I'm
I
saying.
expect. I don't expect people to agree with me because I
then
know I say things that sound crazy.
Some of this is too, Akoye, you wired kind of different, dog. Like when you really dig in, bro, you go to like, I know you go to like a unrefutable level. Like you go to a level of I'm really trying to dig in on a motherfucker. Like
Why you think I'm doing that? Because I ain't an NFL player nor am I an NFL coach. So I gotta do
passionate
that.
about it. No, I just think you're passionate about it.
Okay, that's true.
You love it. I think you really take your job serious. I think
that's
you
true.
take I
really think it's
so let me talk about Max on that down year. Because when me and Lou looked at him, right? We was looking at him before the trade deadline. So that was within the first 4 or 5 games, 5 or 6 games. So at that point, we only looked at about 5 games, right? So then it was the trade deadline. We got quitting. We're not looking at him no more. We done. We got our guy, right? But what happened after that? Week 7 is when he actually injured his meniscus. So that down year, just like you know the context of Gary, because it was times you educated me on about that year that you might have an issue with. He was coming off injury. I'd be like, context, right?
Okay, now
so that's what I'm saying. So when you asking about why didn't we dig into all of Max, it's because we was fighting for him before the trade deadline. Once we got to the trade deadline and we did our research on the first 5 games, I'm not looking at no more homework on Max until we need to have a conversation again. When did the conversation become back alive? When they start saying that they was making trade proposals on them. So what did we do? We dusted off our books.
Bruh, again, you explaining so if I'm looking at a whole pie and it's 8 slices, you're explaining to me your slice, which is before this conversation, I already was aware of, which is why before this conversation, I said to you direct. I'll just let y'all in because well, I made this video because I finally watched Lou's video, and I let y'all in because y'all just jumped on. But I would have called you and said I want to do a show or I got an issue with you saying. I didn't have no individual issue with neither one. Now, some of the things that y'all said definitely are in the subconscious about all the things that you said all off season. So you're gonna hear some of not only y'all quotes, like I don't know where all the quotes come from. When I hear War Daddy, I think y'all, but it might not have started with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it started. When I hear Max Crosby to Dallas, I think y'all. But I don't know if it started with y'all or not. But I address it however it starts. I say it. That's all. So some of it may be you, but it's not you I'm thinking about when I'm speaking. I am speaking to all y'all points. If some of those are your points, then yes, I'm talking about those points. But for y'all to come to the surface, y'all already know we had this conversation that we having right now. We've had it already, right? So when it comes to Max, what I do want to see, if I'm going to see anybody co-signing negativity about Cowboys players and then defending anybody, like fervently defending somebody, I would assume would it be a Cowboy player. But it's never Cowboys players that's getting we as Cowboys fans be shitting on players that I be agreeing with opposition about. They'll like them, like, damn, yo, y'all let them get away, y'all crazy. But we'll be shitting on them.
So, like, for instance,
crazy work to me.
So I say, I mean, like,
how we got, but hold on, I'm just saying how we got more friendly fire than anything else. And then I keep doing it on purpose. You know how you touch somebody to see where their pain points are, where they hurting at. Now you know you might have a bruised rib. Whenever I say Max ... not something positive, or Max ... not something that ends with him being a Cowboy, I get pushed back like crazy. They come at me like I'm talking crazy. If I say, hey, this team good as shit, I like these guys for real. I'm Stephen Jones now. I'm a pacifist that just want to be average. I'm complacent or something, right? I ain't bullshitting or complacent when I say these dudes really is playing well. They balling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we the
They
Mavericks.
balling.
We the 2011.
So I'm
Mavericks.
like, why wouldn't I say that? How am I talking like I'm tripping if I'm saying that? Now, if I look at Max last year, which I've been watching, you said after week 7 he had the meniscus.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I will take that in context when I watch him getting pushed around after week 7. I will now pay attention to that.
Yeah,
See what I'm
because the
saying?
first 5, that boy went 8 crazy.
I'm going to watch
No
that too.
doubt. Like, it's no doubt, bro.
Not that Colts game. That Colts game is in the first.
That Bears game, he went absolutely bonkers.
We're going to watch that too.
Shit.
But in the Bears, hold on. So let me ask you, just for the sake of argument, is bonkers stats? That's what bonkers is?
No, bonkers is living in the backfield, just terrorizing, impact, interceptions, throwing the ball in the stands, acting a damn fool.
Okay.
Bro, man,
I saw the pop-up interception and all that he had in the Bears game. And all
that ball was going crazy.
But also, do the touchdowns against you count though? In those same games?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
If you gave up a touchdown,
you count it out.
How do you balance it out?
All right,
I'm asking you.
Yeah.
If I see a game, let's say I'm gonna ask you, if you got 3 sacks in this game, you had a 3-sack game, but I ran right at you for 4 touchdowns, and then I threw a touchdown where you might have got a pressure, but I still was able to roll out in your face, throw a touchdown, right? Just because you had 3 sacks in that game, did you have a good game?
Well, you asked how do you judge?
I'm asking you.
Well, I know what you're saying in terms of scenario like that. That's and you know.
All right, I'm not taking it off of you. Would you say that the mainstream media would probably say that person had a good game?
Of course they would, but we talking about us as judges.
Does that mean they had one?
If you talking about me as how I judge and what I've done publicly in the film, what I personally do is I judge everything by plus or minus. That's the coach's way to do it. Where we basically look at every play and we give you either a plus or a minus on that play. And at the end of it, what we do is we grade it all together. So like, for instance, I sent, and I showed and I put it on Twitter. This is how I looked at Crosby, and I showed everybody where I looked at every snap up to about 4 or 5 games. And then I looked at Trey Henderson. Man, I was kicking Trey ass. You understand? Like, because Trey had some loafs. But when I still added it up, I'm like, hell yeah, I would still get him. Because people saw me kind of getting in his ass for his minus plays, right? Like how you said, if you got ran that caused a touchdown, like, do you count that? Fuck yeah, like that's a minus. But if
I lost the game, if they whole game plan went through you, and those are the points that they scored, was all at you in the star. If I'm only going at you and you the star, and you give me 3 sacks, but the whole game plan was successful most of the time against you, why wouldn't I look at that?
The best thing we should do, bro, is instead of going with like what else we just
do the film
and we can throw it on and we can grade everything plus and minus,
because that's how it happened last time.
That's how we do it.
Who are we talking about? What are we talking about?
We can pick whoever player. We can do Maris.
I'm saying, but why? What am I trying to uncover with the film?
I'm just saying, bro.
Our perceptions and how like it can come out.
It's the way
there's no film session that I'm gonna do that's gonna say that I'm gonna negate nothing happening in a preseason game against number 2s and 3s, right? Nothing happened negative to Maris, and then he did have positive uptick, but nothing negative happened where he got pancaked and we got scored on. I've seen those things happen to a lot of players, right?
Yeah, I mean,
now, the reason I asked you if a guy gets me 3 sacks and then he gets scored on 3 times, did he have a good game? Is because most people would say that he did have a good game if that happened, right? If Maris would have had 3 sacks in the game and would have gave up, and we lost and gave up touchdowns, everybody, well, at least Maris played good though. They would have said that.
I think it depends on the eyes on that, Akoye, because
I'm not talking about you. Well, I'm just saying, would most people
that's why I'm saying it depends on the eyes of the people. So, like for instance, a lot of people they loving Malik Davis. Guess what?
Too.
Well, hold on. Guess what I looked at? Go look at him block.
Oh,
don't look at him block.
Why you think he can't catch on with the team?
You see what I'm saying? Like
he ain't been a great blocker ever since he's been here.
He left Joe Milton hanging in the worst way, bro. So when I looked at it, most people when they was judging this, and rightfully so, his average looked good, his decision making looked good. But then I said, okay, let's look at the pass pro. I'm looking at the pass pro. I'm like, oh shit, no, you can't do that shit. Like he almost olayed. Like go ahead and hit Joe. It's like,
All right. So, but if he ran for 2 touchdowns, somebody else would have said, "Well, why he ain't starting next game?"
That's why I said depend on the odds.
So I don't care about the stats. That's why when I brought that up, because we bring up the stats of tackles for loss. I don't care about that. I do, but I don't.
It's the context of the film with the stats.
It's like if you got a tackle for loss because you chasing backside and you get a bunch of them that way, or you slashing into the B gap like D-Law do, and you get a bunch of them that way. But when you miss, you get touchdown.
Facts. No, that's right.
I'm gonna show you an example. Of what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about. I get it.
I'm talking about Max Crosby. I'm gonna show you.
I'm with you. Like to where
you get tackles for loss because of these types of things.
Yeah,
right?
you saying that it could be schematic advantages of how they're using them that cause them to have a accelerated tackle for loss. I totally get it.
Right.
All I'm saying is the way that most people don't do it. Most people don't actually do it the way that we do it, and the way that we do it is we turn that bitch on and we plus or minus every play.
But again, bro, this is why I don't got a problem ever doing film with any of y'all, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a moot point because again, who was I talking to?
Oh, no, I'm with you.
Yeah. So I mean,
so it's not even nothing for us to unpack because it's really for me. I'm always going to look at Maris's game because of the context that he's in. A guy who is learning a new position is going to have some hiccups, and guess where I would rather you have him at? In practice and training camp. In preseason,
my thing on
that's where I would rather you have him at. But hold on, bro. Last year, because my point was last year, and we watched this together. I watched Maris setting edges all last year, just fine.
Okay, well, I saw that totally different because I did a full film session on Maris where I looked at literally everyone and I did it live. I looked at all his outside linebacker reps and I did it for the last 2 years because he actually did play outside linebacker for the last 2 years. And I showed all the fans how to do it for themselves. I said, go to NFL Pro. You can actually put in a player name and they'll show you by breakdown, by position, what they played. So you can look at all outside linebacker reps and you can look at all inside linebacker reps. So like that play where you show where he hit that dude out of Denver and knocked him out the fullback, that's an inside rep. I know that's an inside backer rep because
inside the tackle.
Yeah, and also it was slotted like that according to NFL Pro.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I'm just saying I looked at it all. I looked at all of it.
Let's just add a context where we hate him. We hate him outside linebacker on the line of
scrimmage. Right. And I don't believe that he's going to be able to handle it because you didn't have enough time to develop power and your counter to power. And Parker talked about that today. Yep. He said he's a work in progress at the point of attack. I mean, he said that yesterday. I showed it today. I did a video on it today. That when he was talking about Morris, he was calling him a work in progress. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, put him back to where he's more of a fish in water, which is inside backer. So that's all we saying. It's like, we're not saying he trash. We saying he's out of position. That's what Lou's saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't like the plan. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like the plan. That's what we saying. We not saying fuck him and he's sorry and that we trying to hurt his mental. No shit like that. What we trying to do is say we trying to lobby for him and say, bro, you are better inside. I looked at all your inside backer reps and agreed with that. And I showed everyone. I didn't show no clips. I literally showed every inside backer, every outside, and everybody that watched it said he's better inside, bro. That's why I'm trying to get him inside. I want the Cowboys to put him inside, especially because they've been talking about they trying to figure out who go be the green dot. Exactly. Well, if you go say who go be the green dot, why won't you use the guy that Zimmer literally been calling up there according to you? Because that's what you said. We was all talking. You said Zimmer been calling up there. Zimmer said when he actually got him, he said, hey, man, I actually drafted you because you knew everybody roll on the D. On the NFL D, that show you his IQ is green dot-ish. He was given the calls as a rookie, even when what's that dude name that was our green dot?
Sam Bourne.
I was trying to find the film of
Murray.
him. I was trying to find his film.
Eric Henderson
his film on the outside, but I can't find. I don't know what I named it.
Yeah, Eric Henderson literally ran from green dot when he was a rookie in his second year, in his third year. He had to develop until like a year 4, year 5 to take it on. So by the time Dallas got him, but what I'm saying, Akoye, is this. It's not about shitting on Morris. It's about trying to realign Morris.
So, no, listen, don't say that to me, though, bro. Say that to the people shitting on Morris. That. When people shit on him, y'all quote text what they shitting on.
No, what I said, go look.
That's how we got here.
Pull up my tweet. I guarantee I ain't shit on him. I said he out of position.
I said
Put him
y'all
inside.
quote text. See,
Yeah,
again,
and
you saying something I didn't say
with
about
context, bro.
what they were shitting on him with.
Yeah,
though.
but what I did is
If
I did
quote
it in
if
context.
somebody say so just now, right? I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean because y'all know what I mean. Just now, somebody said, "Yo, fuck this shit, unfollow them." I said immediately in the chat, "Don't do that. They thorough. Don't do that." Because if somebody shit on somebody, I'm not about to quote it and use it for nothing. You get what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but you kind of out of context of what we're doing.
No, it's not.
No,
No, it's
hear
not.
me out, because
I'm
if
talking
already
about the shitting on the player.
Because what he said in his tweet was that he didn't play well at outside linebacker.
But
so that's shitting on him according to you. What I said is I expected this because it's basic
shitting on him is showing one clip of him getting pancake and shitting on him. That's the shitting on him
He
part.
showed like
Not
8 or
just
9 of them motherfuckers.
Who?
Dan.
No, he didn't. It's right
I saw like 8 or 9 of them. It was 4 play. Okay.
Yeah,
but this is the deal. If I thought I guess he looped it or he showed it from different angles, I guess. But either way, this is the issue. What I was saying by quote tweeting him, and I was very exact on what I said, is Morris is out of position. I really wish we just gone accept it and move him inside. That we watching him get wasted in real time. That's what I said. That we're watching him live get wasted. And I wholeheartedly believe that. I always stood on that, and I couldn't wait till the film was going to turn on because I want to see, boss. We're
not. I would never disagree with you saying Maris is possibly a wasted talent, whether he plays here or gets cut. I would agree with you. But we're talking about, once again, is the people who are shitting on Maris, both outside linebacker, inside, wherever he has played. The people who are shitting on him instead of letting these coaches do what they're doing with him are the people I'm talking to. If you quote post or quote text something that someone else is saying that I don't agree with, you can't then take the onus for my comeback at that. You are standing in front of it on your own.
And in terms of that,
I never said nothing about what you quoted. I said you're quoting, quote posting someone else's bullshit.
So hold on, let me ask you: was he going at you on that?
Who
was Dan going? Like, was y'all going back?
No. Me and Dan weren't having a back.
See, I didn't even see you in the thread, bro.
No, it wasn't that.
So
when I said it wasn't that somebody was coming at me. I was just
sometimes it somebody.
Be like I said after the game in a quote, I said Maris had a good game. Yeah. Then other people started coming back to me or atting me with what Dan said or what everybody else said. Maris had a horrible game. Everybody saying it. I'm like, who? I didn't see him have a horrible game. I didn't think he had a great game, but horrible means you got scored on. They kept targeting you, and they're getting yards and positive yards when they target you. That's horrible game.
Yeah, see, that's
average. You got a great impact, brother. You got a great impact.
That's where we disagree on our grading metrics. Like last time.
No, last time you told me you grade whether he did his job, but even in this one, he did his job. You said that was horrible too.
I can when we pull up the film, when we can do a show, we can pull up the film and we can explain all about grading. We can do it again.
Yeah, you could do it. You could just pull up the film and show it to me. Well, if you got just show the Seattle game, I already did it. I did the film on there. I sat down for 8 hours and did it
right here, like we did, and we could go play by play. And we could just you can be like,
okay, I'll give plus a plus, minus.
I can be like, okay,
that's the best way to do it.
Here's why, because I think we getting misconstrued right here again on
percent. And we not because he not including us in the people that he's shooting at. So, we not in this.
Y'all trying to prove that y'all point is Marist is better from the middle.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
and the other point is that Max to Dallas is necessary now because they're shopping now. That's the thing, is that because it could be looked at that we looking at Max just because we got a wish.
When you say necessary, what do you mean?
Okay, for team overkill, it's not necessary in terms of being a contender.
We're good enough now.
We're good enough to win it now, bro. But if you want to be over the top, I want to be over the top of Akoye. I don't apologize for that, bro. I want to have
nobody's see. So y'all get to decide what's over the top and what's not. Then
I decided for me, and then I stand on the side of my own. And
anything less than Max is not over the top.
No,
I ain't not Max. We got a whole. Hey, we got a whole list that's over Max. It ain't just
y'all
Max.
Still got Sweat on that list.
We got Sweat on that list. We got Johnson on that list. Thibodeau on that list. I believe in having as much talent as possible, bro. I'm sorry. I don't apologize for wanting all the talent as possible, especially when they're talking about being aggressive. If they was just talking about we're done, I would be like, hey, let's go ahead and go into the season. But if you coming out there talking about, hey, we got the appetite to actually give up some future for this opportunity, this
I don't
number
got a
one
problem
offense.
with talking about what could happen.
So we talking about it all. It's not even just Max. It's not just Max. It's like,
what
no.
am I addressing? I'm addressing Max. Right?
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Do I hear people screaming sweat to Dallas?
Just some people have.
Do I hear people saying better players to Dallas? Or is that the quote, or what is the quote? Max to Dallas, right?
It's Max to Dallas. It's team over team.
Do I see Sweat in Cowboy? Do I see Sweat or Thibodeau in Cowboy uniforms and everybody?
I do.
Nah, nobody do that.
Yes, they do.
But we're arguing the wrong thing.
I can show you.
I'm arguing.
I guarantee if you go to Twitter and go to Germ, you go see it.
I'm talking about again. That's the game. That's the game. I'm talking about what's trending. Are they trending, or is Max Crosby the one?
We made Max trend. We did that, and we did that on purpose. It was smart to do it.
Hold on.
Why? Why was that smart?
Because they asking about it now. They talking about it, and they made 3 proposals, and they out there talking about being aggressive. Like, why would we? If they saying they being aggressive, and they made 3 proposals, and they brought them up at the opening training camp, and they talking about they got an appetite, this the time to be quiet, Akoye? No, this ain't the time to be quiet. This is the time to be loud. No, see, that's different. Nobody's shitting on
players are making.
No, see, that's
to
different.
Try to make it seem like we need a guy.
Who did that?
And that's what
shitted on him. Who shit? I didn't. Did you?
I'm not just talking about Maris. You know that, right?
I'm just talking about
the entire front. Our entire defensive line.
Let me let you put that shit on our players. Stop that. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop that shit. Stop it. All of you who shitting on the players, stop it. That's okay. So we agree on that. Stop shitting on your players. We agree.
I'm talking to you because y'all came here to talk.
No,
I never said. No,
I'm telling the people, Okoye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The people,
I'm gonna keep saying what I'm saying.
No, Okoye,
and y'all must have a problem with
people that shitting on our players because it ain't us. We ain't shitting on
talking to you, and you keep talking to me. I'm talking back to you because you're talking to me. I don't care what y'all saying because I'm not talking to you.
I shit on? Somebody say I be shitting on players. Who I shit on?
I ain't talking. I don't know. That's on
them. Who are the players getting shitted on?
Now I can tell you what I said. That's not on them.
The players getting shitted on. I'm gonna tell you, DeMarion Overshawn is getting shitted on. He ain't hurt right now. They keep talking about him being hurt as if he injury prone. But other players who injury prone, they don't talk about like that. Sean Lee was here for years, hurt than a motherfucker. Nobody even talk about that shit. They talk like they give him his respect. DeMarion Overshawn, when he's playing on the field, plays very, very high level when he's on the field with us. Period. Last year, when he first came back at the half the season, I didn't expect much out of him because I didn't expect much out of nobody on this defense. So if you're going to grade him the same way you grading everybody else last season with Eberflus. Either Eberflus was the problem or the players was the problem. If the players was the problem, give Eberflus his job back.
Okay.
So
Overshawn. Let me address Overshawn. So first of all, let's not act like.
Hold on, you asked me a list. I'm telling everybody, not just Overshawn, because then we're gonna go 30 minutes into Overshawn.
We'll come back.
Before we get into the players, I'm gonna name them for you. Bland. They talk like Bland ain't an all-pro.
Okay.
Why? Because he was hurt.
Okay.
Right. So hurt mean you ain't an all-pro no more. You just lost your all-pro skills. You don't know how to play no more.
He did lose it.
Okay. See. Perfect.
Hold
on, I'm gonna keep going.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
When did he was hurt last year too, wasn't he? He said he wasn't healthy last year.
And he lost the all-pro being hurt. Yes, he lost.
I'm saying was not talking about lost his all-pro. I'm talking about lost his all-pro ability, not his all-pro voting. You ain't gonna get voted all-pro every year.
No.
I'm saying
he lost his ability, bro. If your ankle can't do it, you can't do it. He was falling, bro.
Okay. Nobody heals. Nobody heals. So Parsons washed too, because you can't play without a knee.
Nah, it's not washed.
If he come back and he struggled after his knee fucked up.
Okoye, be very clear. Are you telling me Bland is what he used to be before the injury?
I think if I don't know because I haven't seen him healthy yet.
You saw him, yes. That's what I'm saying.
When have I seen him healthy?
That's what I'm saying.
You're healthy, then you're not the same.
He's not the same.
He's not the same.
You're
not the same.
I'm sorry.
In 2024.
He got to show me. He got to go by my name.
In 2024, what year did he get the 6 interceptions? Was it 2023, 2024?
He got it 2 years.
2024.
2 years.
2 years in a row.
Accumulated up to 11.
That was 2023 and 2024, right?
Okay.
Last year, he came and he played, hurt off the injury, right? and then went
And the
right
year
back out.
before, and the
And
year
there before
before.
that,
That was
he's had
y'all,
surgery every single offseason for the past what, 2 or 3
brother.
seasons?
It's only in 2026.
He had the last 2 years, bro.
In
He's been playing
2023,
hurt, bro.
what did he do in 2023? He was an All-Pro in 2023, bro.
And he wasn't that in 24 and 25.
In 2024, he came in. He played well. He's playing for Zimmer, right? Didn't he get 6? When did he get the 6 touchdowns? Like,
it wasn't
Zimmer?
that year.
Was Zimmer?
No.
Oh no, I think
No, because he was hurt in Zimmer.
He was hurt with Zimmer, dog.
With Zimmer, we had cornerback number 6.
Okay,
He was hurt with Zimmer.
So he got hurt with Zimmer, and he got hurt last year, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the last year he was healthy was 2023?
Yeah.
Okay. He got hurt the year with Zimmer, but before he got hurt, was he playing okay? Or was he playing like trash?
Bland was dope as shit.
We are 2 seasons removed from
I'm
that.
talking about in 2024.
He
was dope.
And last year,
I
I did his film last year. Last year, he dropped like 4 interceptions last year. While hurt.
He was bad in man coverage.
While hurt. But
Yeah,
don't tell me.
But he was
again, this is my point. I thank you, Luke. Can I mute you for just a second? Okay, thank you. Just now, I just said Max Crosby had a down year. Y'all told me that Max Crosby hurt his meniscus in week 7 and to grade him based on that. Y'all defended him. I just said last 2 years, Bland been hurt. Y'all said, y'all talking like he was trash. I'm talking about he was hurt. Y'all saying he was trash. Y'all arguing against him being good, right?
He wasn't good.
Okay, was Max Crosby good after week 7?
Did. Okay, and we already told you. No.
He was?
Okoye.
You said, yeah, Lou.
No, I didn't.
No, Lou.
No, I didn't.
Yes.
No, because see, what happened is we only looked at the games up until game 5, game 6.
That don't do me no good. We get in the after. You said the last 6 games is what they look at. Why are we looking at the first 6 games of the season?
Because I told you that's when it happened. We was looking at him at the trade deadline.
Oh man, we're gonna go in circles and circles and circles.
It's not circles.
Again,
it's just the
we
fact
are
what happened,
because
bro.
I keep saying like y'all quicker to defend.
You saying we defended what we didn't.
Yeah,
you gotta be fair. You're not being factual right now. No,
okay,
you lying on me right now. Because yes, you are. Because I didn't defend the foreigner, bro. Because what I said is I didn't even look at it. How can I defend what I didn't look at, bro?
I said to you, I'm not even. Well, then I'm not talking to you then, right? I just said.
Okay, so
Lou just said when I said.
So who defending the foreigners? Because I ain't defending.
When I said that Bland was hurt, y'all said, you know, we 2 years removed from him being an All-Pro and he lost it because he don't got the ability no more. So, but he was hurt. If I said that Max Crosby don't got the ability no more, y'all gonna say he was hurt, right?
Is he hurt this season, DeRon Bland?
I don't. Well, Max Crosby's been talked about like he's hurt, just like DeRon Bland.
No, I'm saying before we even get the season started, is DeRon Bland hurt?
No, whatever. So he got no excuses. He got none.
Even though he just came off surgery,
he got no excuses from me because he's saying that he's healthy. Rebel don't got none either.
He said he was healthy last year.
Rebel don't have no excuses from me, and neither do
Let's
Bland.
ask a real question: was Bland a part of training camp last year?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah.
And then the year before, was he a part of it?
I don't know.
He wasn't. So he started having problems early both years. Okay. So Max has been a full participant now. He's been a full participant right now. Like he was a part of the SAC summit right now, teaching those guys right now. Versus so now, if you got hope in Bland, you can have hope in Bland. Why? Because he's a full participant. He's actually making plays out there that you can actually see, right? So yeah, if you got hope now, there's no problem with having hope now because he's giving evidence of hope.
Okay,
but if you missing training camps and injury,
who do you see mainly being talked about in camp? Is Kobe Durant and Savon Revel. I forgot Bland was on the team. You would think he's not on the field.
So that's a problem with how they covering it. Then.
That's how they cover it. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
That's how they cover it.
Bro, I'm not. Y'all said see again. Y'all keep trying to take what I say directed at you because y'all asked me for a list of players that I think get shitted on. I didn't say y'all the one shitting.
I'm saying
these are the things I'm talking about.
I'm saying you got a problem how
they Bland anywhere. I keep trying to. Sometimes I'm wordy to get to my point. When I'm bringing up Bland, I'm getting somewhere. Do you see him? Y'all already agreed that you don't. Okay, we can keep moving forward.
I see Bland, and I like what I saw.
Did you see the all right? Again, you said you like what you saw.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
Because I like, especially because I saw him doing it at receivers.
A lot
You
of
know,
people are talking
and
about
good
our
ones.
corners because of Bland's injuries and Rebel's lack of experience last season, as if we don't have none because it's really just Kobe Durant and we one injury away from
But
needing the corner. Now,
is it wrong for them to for the general public to have uncertainty when they have not given uncertainty?
when you say you have uncertainty, there's nothing certain but today. Meaning, so when he,
But no, but we have
I'm talking,
if all
no,
if,
don't
I'm
again. Let me
saying
make my point because I'm not finished talking. Y'all starting to look.
because I think
Boss already done made a face before I finished my statement,
Man,
and
because
you
that
started
was
talking
wild what
before I
you
finished
said,
my
bro.
statement.
Nothing is
So
certain but
here
today.
we go. Here we go. I didn't finish. Here we go. That's why I don't like coming on y'all show to do it because you cut me off when I try to make a point and then make it seem like I ain't said nothing, right? I said there's nothing certain but today, meaning right now, if you're saying y'all uncertain, right, about his future, you can't be certain until you see him play. Or uncertain. He can get hurt day one. You ain't certain about Max Crosby knee until you see him play. So stop talking to me like I don't know what I'm saying. Ain't nothing certain but what's happening. So in the future, if he get hurt, he get hurt. Y'all wasn't certain that he was going to get hurt. He got to get hurt first. If he don't get hurt, he wasn't certain that he wouldn't get hurt. There's nothing certain but today, meaning whatever's happening is what's happening. I can't plan for or protect a kid with bubble wrap. He's who's here and he not hurt right now. If he was hurt right now or injured, then I would be talking about that. I'm not going to talk about what ifs with somebody because I could talk about what if with everybody in the National Football League. Everybody. There is nothing certain in the National Football League. Not one play, not Max, not none of them. That's what I'm saying. So to cut me off before I say it, make it seem like I'm just making
Well,
like
I just say
cliches.
this.
It's crazy.
Well,
Like, you're crazy.
I just say this, bro. Like if Deion Sanders came back, I would be certain that he would still be the best corner in the league today. Today. So I would be certain of
I'm
that.
trying to get
You know
to this
what I'm saying?
list, Steve, man, because I've
I'm
been
with-
on for
I'm
3
with you.
hours,
I'm just
3 hours
saying,
and a
bro,
half,
it's
bro.
birthday you can
Listen,
be, and I
so-
appreciate it too.
So Bland, we already covered Bland. We already covered Maris. We covered Demarion Overshawn. Rashawn Gary being ignored like a motherfucker. Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark for sure being disrespected. But Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams, the whole offseason, people talking like the defensive line is in question because they keep focusing on the outside linebacker position opposite Gary or with Gary. But only way that works is if you ignore the fact that Quentin Williams is here and Kenny Clark is here. But people been ignoring that all year, all offseason.
Those are bad people. Don't follow those people. Don't listen to those people. Don't do nothing with those.
Don't defend them. Don't defend those people either, because that's why y'all here.
No,
You saying the people that do that shit don't follow them. You follow them and defending them here. That's why y'all here. I'm not talking to y'all.
Boy, you been
I'm not.
right now.
Who am I talking about? The people that's doing this stuff.
So
You said don't follow these people, but how did you get here? How'd you get here?
Because you asked me to be here. You said, "Hey, boss, in here." Yeah, you did. You said, "Boss," because I
was already in here.
All right, so listen.
You was already in here.
So what you trying to say? This is what you trying to do. That's
I ain't put your name in there on purpose.
People, no, you know the fuck we don't. No, we don't, Akoye. You know that.
What?
We don't support these people, bruh.
If you quoting what these people are saying,
I support what I said on the quote, not them. You can't say because I quote tweeted somebody
how did y'all get here
that I support them.
How did y'all get here?
That is not
Lou, how did you get to telling me to doing a 2-hour video about me? How did you get there?
That's me. I said send the link.
I said Lou. I was calling you.
Yeah, I said send the link.
Oh, no, I'm talking about how did you get to your 2-hour joint that you did yesterday? How did you get here? Did I
guess then this is our point is that we all had a big misunderstanding.
I'm just saying,
I guess we had a bigger misunderstanding.
It's not a misunderstanding because the understanding is that is the understanding. I never added you or said a word to you. You chose to say, I don't know if he talk about me or not. So that means you were uncertain, right?
Yeah.
About whether, but you certain today, right?
Yeah.
Because I told you. But at the end of the day, if you wanted to know, I would have told you either way. So you didn't make the video because you was uncertain if I was talking about you. Because if you wanted to know if I was talking about you, you would have said, "Hey, bro, you talking about me?"
You compared the Bland. I was saying,
no, I'm talking about the 2-hour video you did yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? But like you're okay. So going back to Bland, like I'm saying, first of all, you finished with your list? Do you want to keep like?
No, I'm not finished with the list.
Let's finish the list so we can go back.
George Pickens, the whole offseason, people like when the reason I came at the trade I did, not that y'all didn't come up with that. See, but A64 think y'all did. I wasn't coming at y'all with that.
Yeah,
but I wasn't going to name it either because it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's the topic that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the reason I had an issue with bringing it up is because what is the reward for coming here and doing what you're supposed to do? What's the reward for that in cowboy country? Is fuck you, walk to everybody. That's what we do. George Pickens came in and listen. I'm not see you take everything personal, boss. That's your problem. I'm not talking to you. If you don't do it, why are you making faces? Because do people do it? Yeah, but it ain't anecdotal. I'm not talking to you. So if you won't do it, you don't do it. But a lot of people have done it. They say I've heard George Pickens talked about like he's just another guy, and such is not the case. Or he's expendable. Such is not the case. Now, if you're saying, hey, if we're gonna lose him anyway, get something for him, I can agree with that. But to say to start a trend of let's trade him for Max during that era when we was trying to keep, when I was trying to keep him anyway, thought that was crazy. I'm like, yo, all he got from the Cowboys Nation for getting 1,500 yards in the season was fuck you walk. Fuck you walk. You know what I'm saying? When you do what you're supposed to. Gary got here, all the players love him. They say he's a leader. He been balling on the field. He also healthy, doing what he's supposed to do, part of the leadership council, doing everything, even kissing. He doing everything other than kiss babies. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you walk. You know what I'm saying? So what's the reward for doing what you're supposed to do as a Cowboy is my question. Kenny Clark, he ain't getting arrested for weed. He ain't doing no crazy shit. He ain't beating nobody. All he doing is being quiet, disciplined, and balling. Coming to the OTAs, the rookie OTAs, they both, all three of them dudes came and started performing and practicing with the rookies quietly, not trying to get no attention for it or nothing, just doing it with nobody watching. They talk about him like he done fell off a cliff. So it's a very long list of guys that they talk about like they just guys, offensively and defensively. Still has been blocking Lawrence and Ezzy just fine. Everybody else that line up against him. Gary been whooping his ass all camp. But we ain't talking about Gary whooping his ass. We talking about still need to go today. Today. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have a different opinion on still.
Real quick.
I think still is average. I think he's average.
I see what a disconnect is, bro. All right. So it's some Cowboy fans that ain't gonna never be happy. I understand that. Okay. So that's a big difference between those of us who really trying to fill in potential holes that can actually make us like overwhelming favorites and what I would call certain. So that's why I
never be certain. Certainty is a lie.
Well, when I played so as close as certain as possible and high ass odds, let me say it like that. So this is the issue. I don't honestly care about people that just that's shitting on these players and stuff like that. That's them, and that's a foolish way to go about it.
It'll always happen.
That's gonna always happen. So that's not what Lou's saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying with Team Overkill, and while I'm on here with you, what I'm saying is there are certain positions that we can mess around and get to a point to where we're the overwhelming favorites and we all feel very confident. So that's it. So in terms of people shitting on this and that, that's their business, and it's all kind of different types of fans. We got Cowboy fans who got all channels to hate Dak. I mean, you know,
yeah, like really,
it's just what that is.
That's why I said, boss. The reason y'all here is because y'all take everything I say into the ether as if I'm directing it at you. Now, there's even been content creators or people who think that I should go and disagree with you publicly. You know why I don't? Because I fuck with you privately, right? So we're not going to disagree. I'm not about to come at you ever. I'm not. You know that, right? Right?
Yeah, and you could, you know,
it ain't no
sensitive, bro.
I'm not saying that as a threat at all. Again, look how you take everything I say. No, I'm telling you, I respect you and I fuck with you.
And
you talking like you could. Do you want to? Like,
no, what we saying with that is it wouldn't be personal, bro. Don't feel restricted, bro. We saying when you say your mind, bro. That's what makes all us better.
No, bro.
I know we cool like that. Like it's not even about taking it, saying that we friends, and I'm not gonna take it bad if you disagree.
When why you here?
Because I wanted to talk to you about
ideals, man.
I wanted to talk to you about Max and John. Okay, I'm here. I'm here because I want to talk about the Max Crosby campaign.
But I wasn't talking about you.
No, you wasn't. But
I wasn't talking about you.
But you was asking questions that I want to clarify. You was asking why waste time on Max. So I'm like, let me go talk to the homie.
I ain't asked that.
That's what your thumbnail say. It say, let's waste more time on Max Crosby. So I'm like, hey, I want Max Crosby. Let me go talk to my friend.
Let's hear your
so here I am.
You came in saying that
so here I am.
You got. So y'all came in saying that
I'm saying it's not a waste of time
about y'all. I'm saying if If it applies, then I am talking to you, but
What?
I wasn't talking.
Let's change
I'm
it
talking
then.
at you,
And,
not
and
to
because
Do
I know
this.
you the homie, bro, I know I can say send a link. Let's talk. You saying we wasted time, so I'm like, let me tell you why I believe we not wasting time.
you.
And I made my
And I
whole case
asked y'all,
on that.
y'all. Now I know he had a what torn meniscus, right? Because I was
Week
going to
7.
ask y'all,
Week 7.
what did Max Crosby do to Steele? What did Steele do against Max Crosby? Do you know? Did y'all watch that?
I don't think I watched
And now
the
it make
game.
more sense. Maybe it was the meniscus. I don't know. But y'all
Right.
should watch that because without the proper context, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
could go
context
bad.
does matter.
It could go bad.
It can.
Y'all should watch it though. I should say y'all.
I agree.
Y'all should watch it. Y'all should watch it.
We should watch as much as possible.
He
I
said,
agree with
"See,
that.
look. This is why I don't. This is what people do right here. This is why I don't like stats." He said, "Let up a sack fumble."
That was the first drive. That was the first drive.
That wasn't even. No, it wasn't even Steele
Hey,
that did that.
my brother, you ain't gotta watch me.
Yeah,
That's
it
fine.
was-
I'm gonna
it
show
was,
you.
Anybody that say they ain't gotta watch me,
You're
bro, that's
right.
fine, bro.
You're right. It was-
That's
it was-
so cool.
Definitely.
Matter of fact, don't watch me.
It was Tyler Smith. I
For
already know.
real.
It was Tyler
I'm
Smith.
trying to find it for you.
It was
It
Tyler
wasn't
Smith.
even Tyler Smith. It
'Cause he
wasn't
came around-
nobody.
he came around for the pool and he missed
I'm
him.
gonna show you what happened.
He missed
Hey,
him.
but I gotta finish this video. I just want to say one thing before I go, bro.
Go ahead.
Akoye, I'm always gonna respect the fact that you always gonna be man enough to send a link, whether it's bullets flying or not. I always know that me and you will talk, and I appreciate that greatly. I'm definitely for Max to Dallas. I made my case on why. I believe more so because they saying it, and while they're saying it, I want to be saying it now, especially when they not saying it, or if they say we're done. I'm gonna say, all right, let's go into the season and see what we got. If it's looking shitty, I'm gonna bring it back up.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things to where what my goal is to try to get as much talent on this team as possible. I do believe with all my heart that Parker absolutely wanted Crosby, or we wouldn't have made 3 massive proposals. I want Parker to get all the tools he said, and he also said that coaches make players and not the other way around. And when he was talking about talent, he said you got to pay for that. So I'm getting a lot of signals from him that he want talent at the edge. That's why I'm pushing forward. It don't mean I don't like our guys. It don't mean that I don't believe we got enough right now to win it all, because I actually think we do. I just want us to have overkill. I appreciate you, dog, for real.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, let me get
I'm
up
trying
out
to
of here.
find it, but I can't find that clip. Go ahead, finish what you're saying.
We know the truth, man. But look, I appreciate you for allowing me up on here. We just sometimes we gonna butt heads or butt ideas.
We not- We ain't butting heads. This ain't butting heads, bro. Like the butt heads, I gotta be like aiming at you to butt heads with you.
But
I'm not.
We don't.
If you aim at me,
we ain't gonna
then
agree.
we butting heads because you aiming at me for no reason. And whatever reason you're doing, I'm going to defend Cowboys players. If that is crazy to Cowboys fans, that sounds wild to me. I should be doing this with Eagles fans.
Yeah, I understand it. But look, we ain't gonna agree sometimes. And the way I do it, I'm just gonna evaluate. Like I'm not going at the player. I feel like I when I coach, I coach. The way I do content, I coach them up, but I'm hard on them like my coach was hard on me. You know what I'm saying? To bring it out of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
But why don't you? What I'm saying is, I would like to see the same vitriol or the same strong hand that y'all coaching with, right? Or judging with against the players that you like. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do that.
Don't ignore them when they do
I
bad, and then only speak about them when they do good. They give them data boys, but don't give them no. That's why Micah Parsons ain't had no accountability. And then I sound like I'm a hater who said that he can't stop the run. I'm the only one saying it because nobody want to say it. They just got to say, "Oh no, I'm tripping." But then when Cam Jordan go on to say the same thing, he know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody know what I'm talking about. Even some of the scouts and coaches, they'll hit me up and be like, "We know what you're talking about." I won't out them, but everybody know what I'm talking about. But when I say it, it's like, no, because nobody want to disagree with the machine. And the last thing I say about y'all, and I wanted to say this when Boss was here too.
Okay.
When we get, so it's a thing, right? Where somebody try to young boy you, right? Where just because you don't want to say something negative about them because you got the credibility from them, you don't want to say what you really got to say. So they really befriend you to quiet you or silence your voice. You know what I'm saying? So when I watch the ESPNs, I'm like, the reason I don't try to Joe up to them, or I try to Joe up to certain networks and so on. The reason I don't, because I know when I go to speak now, I'm gonna feel like, oh, I don't want to offend the right people. Now I'm starting to say what everybody else is saying because I don't want to step out of line and say something against a narrative that somebody I respect might say. You can't do this with that type of energy. So everybody can't possibly only have nothing but bubbles for Max and not show none of his film the way they showing their own. Yeah. Everybody can't say he had a down year, but it's okay because he was injured, but then not be okay with someone else's circumstance, not even look into their own player's circumstance like that. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing. It's to point out the parallels and then see how people will run fast away from the parallel with Max. That's why I keep using Max. Yeah. They'll run away from the parallels I'm showing, but run to them when it's a negative against their own player. That got to stop. That is crazy work.
Yeah, that's what's crazy work. That's what's wrong with the space. That's what's wrong with the space.
That's crazy work.
We got to change it. But listen, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Before I get up out, I just want to give a shout out to my great grandma. Her birthday is today, and she's turning 99 years old.
Shout out, man. Hey,
shout out,
shout out to you.
You know,
that just gave me chills. That's what's up.
You know
OG.
what I'm saying? So,
OG, my mom. What's her name?
My dear, you know what I'm saying?
Oh damn, my dear.
My dear, you know what I'm saying? So
now my dear.
We finna go party it up, man.
Shout out to my dear, man.
I appreciate you for having me on, man.
Likewise, man.
All right.
Just remember, like, you really boss know. Like, that's why I didn't even put boss at all. I said something about you because you did 2 hours on me. I said, all right, I gotta give him. I didn't listen to it yesterday. I was just like, yeah, I like them. I'm not even thinking about it. But I listened to it. I said, that's not even what I'm that's not even what I'm saying. Enough. To me, enough. The best you could do is the best you could do, and the best you can do is always good enough. That's what my coach taught me, and that's always true, right? Yeah. If the best we can do is the team we got, and I don't mean like these guys are just blue collar, they cool. No. The league ain't looking at us like our team is looking at us. I guarantee you, the league, league looking at us for the first time, like, oh, they steppers. Right. Why we ain't talking like we steppers? Why we talking like we redheaded stepchildren? Like we always have been. When we was redheaded stepchildren, we was talking like we steppers. Yeah. Whenever we put up 40, now everybody, we the shit. Right. Now we actually got a defense that can stop you when the offense is, when they lose the turnover battle and have poor field position the whole game. And he coached the whole game with no call sheet. Nobody says shit about that. Right. That pisses me off, bro. Yeah. Not at you. It's like I'm saying step the fuck up to every content creator. And I'm quiet. So I'm watching it. It's not like I'm saying I'm doing content. I'm trying to do this for clicks. I'm only getting the clicks. I'm only talking right now because I don't see it. So if I was seeing it, my feet would be kicked up. Everybody, look what Lou's saying. Or look what they saying. I'm watching it. I'm seeing it. I'm absorbing it. And then I wouldn't feel like there's nothing missing for me to say because it's being said. But it's not being said. That's a problem. So then I'm going to say it. If ain't nobody else going to say it, then I say, hey, yo, what y'all doing? This crazy. Because it look crazy. I'm watching. This look crazy. As a Cowboy fan, I feel crazy because I don't got no source to go to with somebody saying something good about the best defense I've seen us have in 20 years. Why are we not talking about that? We keep talking about what's missing. That's like you married. Yeah. All right, you ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Yeah. If your wife only talked about the shit you don't do, you be like, hey, wait a minute. I'm an engineer. I pay these bills. I'm a content creator. And I'm popping. You gonna start popping your shit. You're like, why the hell would you only talk about, you know what I mean, me not taking the trash out last Monday? You know what I'm saying? Right. That's not me. Yeah. That ain't my whole body of work. Talk about everything I do. Right. That makes sense everywhere in the world. Feel me? Yeah. That's all. Man, I appreciate it, man. We're gonna do this again. All right. Talk to you. Yep. All right. I mean, I had patience today. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. But listen, y'all. I was doing a breakdown. Now I gotta take my dog to Delaware because I done sat here all day. But because I'm giving the dog away, man. I had too many. I only need maybe 1 or 2 dogs. I got too many. I got 4 right now. And I just got somebody just gave me 1 back. So I gotta take them to Delaware real quick. So I'm gonna be driving for the next hour and some change. So I gotta go. But we will get back on. But everybody, I hope now know exactly what I'm saying. And to everybody else whose name I mentioned, like Dan Rogers especially, I disagree with your take on just Maris. I don't have a problem with you. So shout out to Blogging the Boys and the rest of those guys. Understand that the only reason people's names were mentioned is because people keep asking me who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. And I keep giving people's names as references. But it's not one person. It's the entire body of, Max only. That's my issue. It's not Max only. And I don't want him to get the credit, good or bad, for this season because he's not a Cowboy. So if we don't win, it's not going to be because we didn't go make a move for Max Crosby. If we do win and Max is here, it's not going to be only because we went and got Max Crosby. You get what I'm saying? And when I point out what he's already doing, where he's at, is because everybody keep acting like he's the savior here. Then why he ain't the savior there? They say it's a bad team, but he's on it. and he's leading it. That's all. Peace, y'all.